welcome to the last day of the league stage of the T20 Mumbai. Two teams that will be heading home will be up against the Akash Tigers and the Eagle Thane Strikers, both trying to make their way into the semi-finals. To discuss this further, let's go to our experts.
Well, apologies that we had to leave you out in the sun, Karishma, but I thought we'd go to where the action is at the Wankhede Stadium, and that's in here in the President's Box. And I'm going to walk over to someone who's spent plenty of time here watching from the air-conditioned environs, former Mumbai captain Milind Rege. Good to be here on a sunny afternoon.
It's nice to be here rather than getting baked. For the last 9 days, it was hot and humid, but it's lovely here.
But it's time for action on the field. T20 Mumbai, let's see what's coming up. And this is exactly what we have in store for you. It's match one. It's the Namo Bandra Blasters taking on the Eagle Thane Strikers, the first of a double-header. Now, a very interesting points table, because we might have occasionally said that the Thane Strikers are out of it, but they're not. If they win big here, and of course, if the Akash Tigers end up losing, then there could still be a change of fortunes. But what they need to do, they really need to win huge, because you can see their net run rate is well behind the other teams. But it's at least a very exciting group, and things have not been decided yet. In Group B, well, that looks like it's done and dusted. It was always a foregone conclusion once the Sobo Supersonics and the Arcs Andheri have already qualified. So for the other two teams there, the Shivaji Park Lions are out of the race, and there's not much for them to play for. Well, let's come back here to the President's Box. I've got Milind Rege still with me, and it's, as I said, wonderful to be here. But as far as the business end of the tournament is concerned, it's going to be a cracker today.
And that's what is a good thing for cricket, because right till the last day of the league, two teams can still qualify. So the tournament is still wide open as to who's going to qualify for the knockout stage, and that's the beauty of it all.
Now, I can tell you one thing, Milind Rege might be enjoying the air conditioning here, but we were a little harsh on him. A few minutes ago, we sent him out to do our pitch report.
It's day 10 of match number 19 of the T20 Mumbai League. Hot as ever, no change in the conditions. The pitch has taken a lot of beating, and so have the players exerted themselves. But I must admit that this is not a bad pitch at all. It's not dusty, it's hard. Though there are some abrasions on the pitch, those who can drive the ball on the front, especially in the V between extra cover and mid-on, are the people or the batsmen who will score the runs. So don't worry about how many runs you can get, what should be the target. Just come down, play straight, because I firmly believe from day one that on these pitches there are certain shots you can't play. If you look down at the pitch, it's nicely rolled as usual. There's nothing in the pitch that shows that it's a bad pitch. So if I win the toss, I have nothing to think about but to say I'm going to bat. And my dream 11, 3 left-arm spinners and 2 really big pinch hitters. That should be what I would like to make.
More than a pitch report, listening to Milind Rege is always a masterclass. I just hope the batsmen out there are listening. I think somebody, if you have to look at the lineup, someone who hits through the line, through extra cover, one name comes to mind, Sujit Naik.
Sujit Naik and Sairaj Patil also, because both of them have been hitting the ball straight. And all throughout this tournament, I've realized, Gautam, that people are hitting across the line. This is not a pitch to hit across the line. This is a pitch to hit straight from extra cover to mid-wicket.
And we're watching Sujit Naik's shots. We can see when he had his really good knocks over there, like he did last season, especially when he takes that helmet off. Somehow, it seems to be more dangerous. Watch out the opposition.
Oh, he's a dangerous player, really. He can hit the ball to any corner of the ground. So the longer Sujit Naik plays, the better it is.
It certainly is, but on the other side, we've got Aditya Tare, who's been such an icon for Mumbai cricket. Maybe his side haven't quite done as well as he'd like, but individually, when he's played, he's really made it count.
Oh yeah, Aditya Tare has struck form again. Last year, he hadn't done so well, but from day one, he's batting so beautifully. When you see the ball hitting Aditya's bat, the sound that it makes of the bat is something for great comfort. Aditya's batting beautifully, and he will have to be the one who will have to set a target.
And just as we expected, Aditya Tare is the leading run getter as far as the Eagle Thane Strikers are concerned. But the real question in the afternoon game, is it going to be another one of those bat first days? One man has the answer. Let's go and join Charu Sharma.
At the Wankhede Stadium, the last of the league match days. Of course, still many things on the line. To my left first, Shreyas Iyer. skipper of Namo Bandra Blasters. To his left, Aditya Thare, skipper of Eagle Thane Strikers, one of the new teams this year. To his left, a very special guest, right-arm off-spinner for Mumbai for many years, still connected very closely as selector and other things for the MCA, Shreyas Khanolkar. Pleasure. Kiran Mukashi, glad to have you here, Kiran. Next to Kiran, of course, a rather well-known name in European cinema, Antonella Salvucci, who's today with the Eagle Thane Strikers. Welcome. And to his left, a name I took earlier, Shreyas Khanolkar, our match referee. So, Kiran, if you're ready for the flip, and Shreyas, you'll be calling. So let's go.
Heads.
Heads is the call. Okay. It's finally come down.
It's still. It's still.
It's tail. Thank you so much, Shreyas. Aditya, if you don't mind coming up. This match still very important for you for several reasons, but what are you going to do first?
We're going to have a bowl first. We have no option. You know, we got to chase down whatever it is at a better run rate.
True, you make a good point, but you do know mathematically all sorts of possibilities still there, so team morale has to be as high as possible today.
Yes, absolutely. We're going to give it our all and hope for the best result.
Okay. You've got plenty of runs. Any team changes, though?
No, we're going with the same team this game.
And, you know, you obviously need your bowlers to strike first quickly. So would you like to point out a bowler or two who've done really well for you?
I think the leggy, Prashant Solanki, has been good. He played his first game, day before, and he did really well. And most of our bowlers are bowling well. It's the batting that needs to get better.
Your team's looking at you, but has it been a happy campaign otherwise?
Yes, absolutely. It's been a fantastic experience for me and all our team members. And hopefully we can, better our performance in this game and, give ourselves a chance in the semi-finals.
As always, good luck.
Thank you so much, Arun.
Shreyas, your team is in a group that other teams have done really well in, but it doesn't matter because the big players like to end with a flourish.
Yes, obviously, and we know that we are not finishing in the semi-finals now, so it would be a great opportunity for all the batsmen and bowlers to, show their ability and potential, what they're capable of, and enjoy the game eventually.
Have you enjoyed the campaign?
Yeah, it's been a hectic 10 days for me. It wasn't easy for me to come back from IPL and straight away get into matches, but yeah, I had fun with my teammates, and obviously you get to know their mindset as well, how good their approach is towards game, and looking at them, they look very much focused and motivated to go further from this level.
You've been asked to bat first, so two last things. Any changes today?
There is only one change. Uzair Khan comes in place of Yashraj Malap. That's the only change we have made.
Well, we know pitches are tough, but a surprise today, maybe a big score?
Yeah, I'll be looking forward to enjoy the game. I'm just taking all that responsibility right from the first one, so I'm just going to go all out from the first ball today.
What about you and your team are looking good otherwise? Good luck.
Thanks a lot. Cheers.
All right, here we go. In the middle for this first match on day 10, Aditya Thare has won the toss, and the Eagle Thane Strikers will be bowling first.
Some interesting stats for you. We know the North Mumbai Panthers played 5 games in the tournament. They batted first every single time. Guess what? The Eagle Thane Strikers are now playing their 5th game, and they're going to be chasing every single time. Out of their first 4, they only managed to win 1, so they've got 2 points on the board. And now if they can manage to chase successfully, and we know they have to really chase it efficiently because they have to up that net run rate to change things. We know that the Eagle Thane Strikers are unchanged, but again, there's going to be a lot of focus on Aditya Thare and his men. But as far as the opposition are concerned, I think with Shreyas Iyer and company batting first, the real key will be his own form, putting runs on the board, and for them to put maybe, 150, 160? That's become the new par here.
Yeah, I would think 150, 155 is a must. But I'm also surprised that Thare has decided to field first. Maybe the net run rate, like that you said, is going to come into play.
Yes, Uzair Khan is the one new man for the Namo Bandra Blasters, but I think if they're batting first, Eknath Kerkar, another key man, will have to fire at the top.
Oh, he's a tremendous player. The last innings that he played was simply outstanding. And some of these youngsters in the Mumbai team will have to, bat the way they should, because they have to tell the world that we belong to this T20 tournament.
Thank you very much for your thoughts, Milind Rege. I think that's the beauty of this tournament. The Wankhede Stadium outdoors under the scorching May heat is all set for the start of this game. It is Eagle Thane Strikers who have won the toss. They've decided to chase, so it's the men in purple who'll be going out there to try and put some runs on the board. We'll be back very shortly with live action.
Good afternoon and welcome to our coverage of T20 Mumbai. It's the last day of doubleheaders, the last afternoon match live at the Wankhede Stadium. The Namo Bandra Blasters will be taking on the Eagle Thane Strikers, who still have a possibility of making it. Oh, the lovely Skoda. Great partner to have here for T20 Mumbai. And of course, it does ferry the umpires to the ground every day, and they play such an important role. I can understand why they would want a nice, cushy ride, and this is exactly what the Skoda is. Lots of peace of mind as well if you should go in for this vehicle, but we welcome the umpires, and we're all set. Last chance, by the way, to get your Dream 11 picked. So for all those watching, pick your Dream 11 players now, or it'll be too late. Our umpires doing duty for the day: Anand Ovalekar, Anil Dandekar, Akshay Marathe, and Vinod Tridipuram. Match referee Shreyas Khanolkar, who we saw earlier, toss, and some youngsters are already in. Thank you for coming to the Wankhede Stadium. The fine Thursday, and the players of course have other things on their mind, like performance, like making it through to the knockout, and this team in yellow still has at least a mathematical possibility. Aditya Thare knows that only too well. He's done well behind the stumps, he's done well with the bat, but as a unit they haven't won nearly as much as they need to. Namo Bandra Blasters will be batting first after being invited to do so by Aditya Thare, and they too are unfortunately in their group well short of what would have been a successful campaign. But as we know, everybody likes to finish on a high. Maybe they can be spoilers. As Aditya said during the toss when he elected to bowl first, he would like to chase knowing exactly what he needs to be able to up his net run rate and to get the better of the mathematical situation in his group. The pitch, of course, offering not very much to the batsman, and our pass scores have come steadily down to maybe around 150 or so. Eknath Kherkar last match played a very valuable role for his team. Fine 50 at the best of 70, and once again this very busy, inventive batsman can hope to give his team a good start. We've really enjoyed the league stage here. Some teams have done very well, but it has been up and down. And the others who may have lost out for a position in the semis or in the knockout, well, what can we say? Better luck next time. Of course, they would have enjoyed the experience here at T20 Mumbai, playing under all sorts of pressure, the lights, television cameras all over the place. 301 runs for Prasad Pawar in the tournament. He certainly enjoyed it. 138 the strike rate. We have to say a very capable batsman. So theoretically, they've got a really good opening pair, Namo Bandra Blasters. They've worked not together as much as individually in the matches so far. Not too many people in the stadium at this point of time, so not the usual noise that T20 Mumbai is accompanied with. But we are all set. Last day of league matches, doubleheader. This one particularly has plenty of interest. I hope you picked your Dream 11, because it's now almost going to be too late. Here we go, all set. Aditya Thare should be behind the stumps. He has a slip for the opening bowler. And we are all set. Ball one. Last league match for these two teams. Wide outside off. And extras begin the scoring for Namo Bandra Blasters. Doesn't take a long run-up, Hungabari. But 7 wickets in his 5th match so far, so 7 and 4 really. Not bad at all. Best 2 for 17. Economy rate, well, he'd like to have it below 8 if possible. And with the pitches favoring bowlers, maybe he can be frugal today. Same. This time the batsman goes for it. Doesn't get it all, so it'll plug. A little bit of backspin there, but they have enough time for 2. So 2 not very clever deliveries to open with by Hungabari. Or Kritik, if we want to use the first name. And Kherkar, after letting the first one go, the next time decided, well, why not give it a heave-ho? Again, very short, and he really would be very disappointed, Kherkar, that he didn't get a boundary off that, perhaps even a 6. What's the reply by Kritik? Better line. Overcompensation. A wide to begin with, a wide again. Really is a little underdone at this point of time, and I've no doubt that the keeper, also the captain, will want to mutter a word or two of encouragement I'm now joined by Milind Rege. Milind, thank you once again for being with us here, but you certainly found a way out to not be in the sun this afternoon.
Good afternoon, Charu. Good afternoon, viewers. Yes, that was nice in there. Nice and cool. Everybody trying to bowl quick.
Oh, yeah, just a push. But he caught it from the sweet part of the bat, and that will be 4. Straight behind the bowler. Mid-off, mid-on. No chance, really. He will treasure that shot.
Yeah, absolutely straight. Even if he did with one hand, he got in the middle of the bat. And Charu, I've been saying it so many times at the time of being, in spite of being so repetitive, that the straighter you play, the shots are going to come. So it's not such a bad wicket.
Well, he certainly timed that very well. Kritik, of course, not express. So much easier to read his pace. Any changes? Yeah, well, the slip's been taken away by Aditya Thare. We have more cover at mid-wicket now. Ah, a bit of a snorter, and Kerkar late to adjust to it. Just when I was talking about not enough pace, he really bent his back on that one and got the line right. Great bouncer.
Great bouncer, and it came in a bit. Took Kerkar by surprise, but he dropped his wrists and played it beautifully.
Well, he's taken 7 wickets in the 4 matches so far. 2 for 17 is best. So we know Kritik has a fair amount of ability. Just started out a little offline today. And, you know, the medium pacers, the faster bowlers haven't really had too much to do in this tournament. Yet they've taken plenty of wickets. Quite a few of them at the death when the batsmen are throwing their bat around. But do you see anyone who has somebody new who has impressed with the ball, faster bowlers, Milind?
Yeah, I for one thought that Hangawadi has got a bit of pace. I know the wicket is dry, doesn't have grass, but I like the way he bends his back. And basically he's a bowler who comes in with, so he's one of those who's impressed me a wee bit. On better and faster wickets, maybe he'll have some more pace.
Needs to find the right length. And well done. Played it on the up. And oh, a little bit of misfielding there gives them the single. A non-striker taken such a big start. Made it very easy for him to conclude that single, but the striker was in potential trouble.
Yeah, played it deep into his crease. Had he picked up that ball cleanly, perhaps there could have been a semblance of a run out.
Of course, as I have been saying, I've got my pet peeves as well. You know, the run-outs are so needless. So many ways to get out, but for heaven's sake, not a run-out. A very nice finish to the over, yet they steal a single. Man at mid-wicket just a little slow to pounce on the ball. 11 off the first over, that's unusual. Good start for Namo Bandra Blasters. Of course, they have quality openers in Kerkar and Pawar. Sagar Mishra. And we are right on track with lefty orthodox.
Bold.
Didn't take too long.
Straight away, the captain giving Sagar Mishra a left-arm spinner. Throughout this tournament, in the last 5 or 6 days, this has been the standard practice. A left-armer from one end.
Slightly short, but Kerkar very watchful. Do not play across the line is hopefully the mantra for these two. That's a quick look at the field. Plenty of cover on the offside. 4 fielders on the inside the ring.
Oh yes, bowling. Very well bowled, Shabash.
Bang on target. It's not easy to stop Kerkar from driving the ball, but he's bowling a very tight line and he's bowling slow, Charu. He's not hitting the ball.
Without question, taken 6 wickets so far, Sagar Mishra. Well, he fortunately knew exactly where long off was, turned the bat a bit, very expertly played over extra cover. And I have said that shot is very rewarding if you know how to play that well. Kerkar certainly did.
Throughout his last innings, he played this shot beautifully. He knows the areas which are vacant, full face of the bat, didn't try to hit it hard. Placement was the answer.
Stop it.
And driven in the same direction, but along the ground, not too easy to pace the field. But he has changed his length. Sagar Mishra was just spot on the first 2 or 3 deliveries. The last couple, a little fuller. And of course, Kerkar also danced down the track to get to the pitch of the ball.
Right ball. Well bowled.
Kerkar is a tricky customer. He's the kind of busy player that Mumbai players are.
Last ball again.
Bowled, yeah.
Just slightly shorter, much better length, but Kerkar played that so carefully. Kept his eyes on the ball. Another useful over for Namo Bandra Blasters. 6 wickets, 17 for Nola side 2.
Change in bowling. Right arm over.
Thane wasn't too pleased with the first over. And of Kritik, that is. So we have a change already. And Aishwarya Surve comes in a little taller. But he too doesn't run in, giving an impression that he's express. The faster bowlers will have to resort to just line in length. Fuller through the gap. Don't think he caught that very well, so it should be pulled back in. The fielding has been excellent, mostly, and he does. So just 2 of a very nice shot. The ball was full and ready for the drive.
And square cut it went short. Oh, that's his 50.
Balls.
But Eknath Kerkar is the kind of batsman who will keep the scorers busy. He will not totter around. He likes to play his shots.
Blaketon taken at short fine. That is just so unlucky. I suppose the ball was there for the flick. It was tailing in, going down leg, flicked it, didn't keep it down. Maybe he didn't realize what the short fine was. He was a traditional 45, easy catch, and they get rid of a match-winning batsman.
Yeah, superb field placing over there. Kerkar was a bit casual in that shot he played.
Well, 15 from 14, another failure for the quality of this batsman, 19 for 1.
right arm over.
Survey striking in his first over. He's now bowling to the boss. Oh, he'll have to be quick. A late decision by the skipper, Shreyas Iyer, who comes in. Mangala was listed to come in at 3. But it is Shreyas who was asked to bat first. And I did ask him, well, that's a look at his strike rate. Oh, such a quality bat. Whether he can show us something spectacular today, like maybe a 180 or something. That'll be nice to see, because runs have been just drying up on both these pitches here at T20 Mumbai, making it very tough for the batsmen. And of course the bowlers have all been lining up, telling the skipper, give me the ball please, because they know it's only a matter of time before they pick up a wicket. But Survey has done well, still has 2 balls left, and Pawar hasn't got any strike at all, just 1 ball so far where he's got a single. Oh, lovely drive. It was full. Wonderful angle to the bat, knew where the gap was. Magnificent boundary, so pleasing to see.
Nice juicy half volley, as you can see. No problems at all. Elbow high up. Looking at the gap. A bonus, really. That's a bad ball.
Yeah, that makes the captain a little despairing, saying, where do I place the field now if you're going to bowl like that? Because a half volley, really, most batsmen should be able to put it away for 4. Only a little unlucky if they hit a fielder. Lower one, and he'll be disappointed he didn't get that for 4 as well, straight behind the bowler. But 7 off this and a successful over, 21 for 1, 24 for 1.
Center, left, yeah, center. Left arm round. Bolt.
Once again, excellent line by Mishra. But Iyer getting inside that line, and a thin tickle was fine of the fine leg fielder for 2. Not an easy shot. Might have been also a little more of an edge than a glance. Let's just go back to see why Iyer has come into the field, because of this.
This is just unlucky, really. He hit it in the middle, but fielder was placed there. That's a little bit of turn there. I'm also quite keen to see a nice big innings, a nice attacking innings from Iyer today, because he hasn't done too well in this competition. But like you said, he's a quality player.
Remember one of his innings, was it 2 or 3 matches ago? Back to that. Very careful. Just taps it away into the mid-wicket region. Well, looks like a plan here. I'm not going to throw my wicket away. I was about to say that one of the matches when he danced down the track and went for a big heave, got an outside edge and gave an easy catch to, I think it was Prithvi Shaw in that match. And maybe he remembers that and is not willing to dance down the track too early, because the lefty spinners are getting purchase. Just that 130 for Shreyas Iyer, which makes a relatively poor tournament for him. And that's reflected in where the team is right now.
Apart from a few Mumbai senior pros, many of them haven't done as well as one expected them to do.
Bold, yeah.
Maybe because of the long IPL season, a bit of staleness creeping in, the heat, the quality of pitches. Maybe that's the reason.
Well, it certainly has to do with the slowness of the pitch, because big shots are far more risky than normal, whatever normal is. Slightly short, allowing Prasad Power to play that off the back foot, but no run, no risky run for sure. Yeah, well, some of the big guns have played the odd knock to show their class. I mean, there was Surya Kumar Yadav who got that big 90. He bossed over the bowlers quite a bit, but just couldn't do enough consistently. Right ball, Armour given. Sagar Mishra strikes. Pawar took a nice big stride forward, missed the line, and would that have been crashing onto leg stump? We'll take a look at it from the other angle. The umpire, not much hesitation.
Let's have a look at this. Right in front. Even if he had taken that forward step, there was no spin in it. The ball came in, and there was no hesitation whatsoever.
Well, the openers haven't done much for the Bandra Blasters today. Just 5 for Prasad Pawar, 27 for 2.
दो है पीछे बोले तू हो जा उधर हाँ मिड विकेट हो जा मिसी राकेश तू मिड ऑफ कर सेंटर सेंटर या कवरिंग सेंटर श्रीकांत पॉइंट करना लेफ्ट आर्म राउंड टू यू बिट्टू सुरवे शॉट थर्ड रहा बीच में जिधर उधर था किसी को था उधर बोले थोड़ा सीधा बस थोड़ा बस 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 थोड़ा ओवर रहा तू लाइन वर रहा
Change, Ramjani comes in for Eagle Tana strikers and almost strikes the very first ball. Shreyas Iyer, well, missed that length because he went back to, well, really half-cock. Didn't quite get that length right. Ramjani right on top of that first ball.
Ball.
Yeah, tossed up the second. Made it easy for Shreyas Iyer to knock that away to long one. Here it is again. Look at the angle. That's probably dead and buried. Would have gone on to crash into at least leg stump. Very close to the bat though.
That's a good decision because he was within the stumps. And normally umpires these days, Charu, give the batsman out if it hits the stumps. 5 matches for Mangela, 49, not too many, 49. And a strike rate a little low for a number of 4 batsmen.
I wonder why he's been sent in here, with what instruction that is, but anyway, the instructions don't matter because the skipper is with him at the non-striker's end. One advantage could be the fact that we have a left-right pair at the crease, and wasn't that a handsome drive to extra cover? Didn't do too much, leaned into it. Of course, it was full.
Yeah, he just caressed the ball, really. Didn't see much effort. A nice half volley coming onto his front foot. Stroked it in that gap, really. Super timing for Mangela. Actually, he's an opening batsman, Mangela.
Well, almost same misfield there. The team is pretty upset with that. Agar Mishra after picking up a wicket. And that was a straightforward bit of fielding. Maybe it had a bit of spin on it, but that was poor.
Once again, a half volley. Didn't hit it too hard, but that's bonus runs, really. Bad bounce, but he should have got behind the ball.
Well, let's put it differently. That ball was likely headed for a 4. He just didn't get the right... didn't place it in the gap. So in a sense, he got 2 less than he might have wanted off that. 8 runs already from the over by Ramjani. The first ball was fabulous, and then he's lost his length a bit, Ramjani.
Iyer must be itching to hit the ball. The wicket is stopping him from doing it, and 2 early wickets.
Ball, yaar.
Very careful, Shreyas, sir. It looks like he's waiting for a big one today. 5 overs up, 35 for 2.
live scores, news,
Team preview,
match predictions,
fan code.
fan code.
No ads, pure sports.
One over of power play to go here at T20 Mumbai, the first of this last league stage doubleheader. Gautam Bhimani joined by Manish Patavia. I think it's just what the men in yellow wanted here. Very often for the men in purple, a power play is associated with a Pawar play, but Prasad Pawar didn't quite fire, and it's been left to these two now to try and do a repair job at the moment.
It's good for them that their number one, numero uno, Shreyas Iyer, is in action. Another strange, from the batting side's point of view, rather uneventful. Oh, they've tried the shot delivery a lot in this opening spell. It goes to show that teams are thinking, looking at other options. Have a look at this one.
Second, third time we've seen this, and just when we thought maybe the bowlers don't have quite the pace, look at how he's bent his back. It's obviously a deliberate ploy from Survey. It's a deliberate tactical ploy from Aditya Thane. He knows the opposition well. He knows he has to keep the runs down so he can chase it down in a hurry and stay alive in the tournament just.
Makes room, plays it uppishly. Shouldn't have given that run there. But Gautam, good to know that one more semi-final spot up for grabs on the last year of the league stage. But we'll come to that later. Shreyas Iyer clearly the most wanted, the most in demand, the most trusted. 91.94% votes. That's unheard of, not just in fantasy but elsewhere as well.
Yeah, but you know, when you've got impact players, you've got to have them in. It just shows that virtually everyone has them in their team. I'm a little worried about the remaining 9 or 10% who don't have a Sujit Nayak or a Shreyas Iyer in their team. Just maybe taking a punt.
Democracy, as they say.
Now that, is it going to go to hand? The fielder's looking around. It's going to be a very tough catch. And it's insult to injury, as so often happens. He doesn't get the catch and it rolls over to the boundary for 4. But certainly, it was victory morally for the bowler on that occasion.
Yeah, valiant effort that went quite high to the left of the mid-off fielder, who had to run backwards, run sideways, and then that desperate dive. Full marks for that effort.
Yeah, you talk about democracy, maybe some of the parties are feeling that way. Looked as if it was in your hands. Not only does it fall out of your hands, it ends up being a bigger margin than you thought at the end.
What are you talking about?
I think we should start doing a tally throughout this double header as to how many references we have to that big dance of democracy that we're talking about. But it's inevitable, I guess. You might be in one corner of one metropolis in our country. There's so much happening when it comes to the next 5 years. For now, we're just concentrating on the next 5 overs at a time.
Last over the power play. They're scoring at slowish 7 and over. 5 inside the circle on the offside, 2 on the on. Another short delivery. A clumsy effort that from the short fine leg fielder. Should have done better there.
So it's a power play that was dotted with 16 dot balls. Still disappointing in the batting side, 43 for 2.
बिट्टू बस ऊपर ही रहना 5 बस 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 बैक Thane
Power play gone.
बोल्ट
Ramjani, the left arm spinner. Let's take a look at the action from the power play. Not too many big shots, but 2 wickets for sure.
Yeah, it looked as if they started off pretty rapidly. That was the first wicket to fall. And then this LBW. Those were 2 wickets that would delight Aditya Tare and his men.
बोल्ट यार
Not enough boundaries in this power play.
बॉल पे
Right, so Gautam, for all those who've just tuned in, since you are someone who remembers numbers really well and done a fair bit of number crunching with the producer, after you were done
बोल्ट यस
arguing with him on who is a better Dream 11 player,
बॉल पे
just a quick recap, a quick crash course from you on what this game means for the semi-final equation.
I'm glad you reminded me of that. We're 1-1 at the moment. On that.
बोल्ट
But yeah, coming back to what it means for the teams, we were almost dismissing the Eagle Thane strikers a couple of days ago, but mathematically they're very much alive in this tournament. What it needs to happen for them is that they need to chase this down rapidly enough that they improve their net run rate significantly, and then hope that the Akash Tigers lose to the Shivaji Park Lions later tonight.
That's what happens, isn't it? In the early stages of the group stage, if you don't do what you've got to do, then you depend on others to bail you out.
Just a reminder for those numbers, that's how their net run rate is very disappointing, minus 0.562. They've got to really get ahead of the Triumph Knights for a start, who don't have any more games left, and ahead of
ओ बोल्ट यार
the Akash Tigers, whose net run rate, of course, will only get progressively worse if they end up losing. So it's that Triumph Knights net run rate that they'll have their eyes on if the Akash Tigers were to lose at the end of 7:48 for 2.
राइट आर्म ओवर कार के पास कार के पास बिट्टू let's bring this in
Right, so still waiting for the blasters to blast. And it's a new format, very innovative in its DNA. And Gautam, I believe a new invention has been made on the field a few seconds ago.
Well, there's been a field change. As you can see, the fielder on your screen right now was asked to go to the boundary, and Aditya Tare was very simple. He didn't say long on, long off, backward point. He just say, yaar, car ke paas chale ja. And it's not a bad car to be near.
Who doesn't want to go his car ke paas? Loud shout, the umpire not moving, not batting an eyelid, didn't even say no.
Oh, the umpires know a thing or two about that and about the car, because that's what they come in every morning. Let's have a look. That was close. That was very close indeed.
Bold, yaar.
Pradeep Mangela, you're a very lucky man, we reckon. Yep, there it is. That's the new field position. That's also the Skoda Rapid Onyx. And you can see the fielder now heading there as per the instructions of Captain Aditya Tare.
Yes, peace of mind for the bowler since you have some protection, and peace of mind for all those who own the Skoda or plan to own the Skoda. 6-year warranty and 4-year insurance it is.
The insurance is important if you're someone like Sujit Nayak, because his sixes go very close to that car every time.
Bold. बहुत अच्छे. Go Bittu.
He's got to bat at 4. He's got to bat at 4. I think this 5 is too low for him.
Shabba fellows.
There was an opportunity to just give him a go at 4 and see how it goes. He would have perhaps been a lot more effective batting with Shreyas Iyer. Oh, look at that shot. Dismissed it. Where did that come from?
Simple answer, middle of the bat. It's not been happening so far for Shreyas Iyer, not often enough in this tournament, but that was absolutely outstanding. Wonderful flourish on his knees, and having the bowler on his knees as well. 58 for 2 at the end of 8.
Welcome back. A little spark of aggression from Shreyas Iyer in that last over. That big 6 was so lovely to watch and made it look so simple. Sign of a good player. Just clears the left foot. Was in his range. Went for it. Just enough power. Thank you very much.
Elegance personified. I reckon once he gets going, you can see, just starts looking so much more fluent. The Atul Project's run graph. Now we're outside the power play and we've actually seen one big construction. That's a good sign from the Blasters' point of view, not so much for the strikers.
Well, you didn't see too many of those tall skyscrapers. A lot like Bandra in real. It has a lot of those Goa style, small little 2-story, 1-story buildings.
That's where they've been residing, the Blasters, much of this tournament.
It's an uphill walk along the Pali Hill Road.
Much prefer the view on Carter Road, sea facing.
What do you think their mannat is, Gautam?
That's the other part of the sea face. That's
That is the Bandra for a lot of people. And I know you're a Shah Rukh fan as well. Hit flat. There is a fielder. Oh, he's done very well. Very, very good piece of fielding there.
Sagar Mishra, the fielder out there. We've seen him doing lots of duty in the hot sun, full tilt, and keeps the ball in hand. That was important, and then releases the ball very quickly.
Easy now.
That was a good call. Aja. Slightly filmy, but effective.
At the end of 9, 64 for 2. Really hits that hard, Shreyas Iyer. All he'll get is a single, but you can see he's starting to look so much more fluent. Now just talking about the structures that we have in South Bombay. And going back to Bandra, where the Bandra Blasters are from, come back to that after this delivery. Solanki just having to adjust to the left-hand, right-hand combination. Tridip Mangela. Another loud shout. This time the umpire is not interested. Last time around we thought it was probably a lot more adjacent than the umpire thought. Confident from Aditya Tare. Look at this. Impact in line. Didn't think that was turning too much. That's two of them that we reckon are very, very close. Tough umpire we've got.
Where's umpire Bansal when we most want him? SK Bansal. SK Bansal would have gone up in a flash.
That was, of course, Anil Dandekar. Very experienced umpire. Very strict umpire. Not given those two.
But who's likely to give that out faster? Bansal or Asoka De Silva?
There are some umpires who are out umpires, others who are more akin towards being not out umpires. But let me try and quickly slip in what I was saying before this over finishes. That's hit high. That could be straight down. And it's wonderfully taken. Well judged. Aishwarya Surve, who was bowling from that end, now he's doing duty out at long off, and he had to judge that well. He had to really run about 15 yards to his left, and that's the end of Shreyas Iyer.
Yeah, well, wasn't able to quench his thirst for a big one, Shreyas Iyer. What a terrible, terrible time to get out. Just as we thought he was opening up and getting into his groove, he holds out. Very well caught by Aishwarya Surve. Bowled the leg spinner Solanki, gone for 25. The Blasters 66 for 3.
Bittu, good finish, buddy.
Surprise, surprise. The rock of the Bandra Blasters, Sujit Naik, still hasn't come in. Nikhil Patil been sent ahead of him at number 5. Here we were calling for him to be at 3 or 4. He's not even going to come at 5.
A single, in fact it will be 2 to end the 10th at the halfway mark. The Blasters are at 68 for 3.
Live scores, news,
Team preview,
match predictions.
fan code. Fan code.
Fan code.
No ads, pure sports.
So Namo Bandra Blasters 68 for 3 at the halfway mark. Shrideep Mangela 20 and just joined by Nikhil Patil. Ankush coming in. Starts off with giving a single as Charu Sharma comes back into the com box.
Good evening, Chandresh. Again, very disappointing by the big boy of Bandra Blasters. Shreyas Iyer, a fine 25, looked set for a big one, and a rush of blood jumped out to one which he didn't get to the pitch of, and spooned one to extra cover, long off taking a good catch. And what a shame, really, from the Bandra Blasters' point of view. Aditya Thare will be delighted because the big fish is now out of the way, and Nikhil's got a decent knock in. Mangela, we know, can hit big. He's 20 from 19, so he's done okay so far. But I think Thare might well want to believe now that the worst part of his problems are over.
Eaton all ends up there. And a sharp single. Yes, and there's no sign of Sujit Nayak. You would have hoped that Sujit Nayak would have come out and taken charge over here, but strange decision by Bandra Blasters.
Well, I hope he's okay, because Sujit, I still remember in one of the matches earlier on, slipped while trying to get back to the crease and hurt his left shoulder. There it is again, jumped out, and oh, look at that. Late on it, took his hand off the bat, but still could not prevent the ball from skying wide of long off. Well taken.
Yes, Shreyas Iyer has promised a lot in this tournament, but is forever flattered to deceive. And it was all nicely set up for him, but he missed a golden opportunity here.
Yeah, I'm not questioning his intensity, but I mean, the IPL campaign, especially as a captain, has to be draining. And once he got into the T20 Mumbai, I'm sure he recovered a bit and said, all right, let me give my best. Because every sportsman at every opportunity does want to give his or her best. It's turned out to be a weak campaign here. Oh, yes, that'll get a 4. Risky shot that, but he caught it flush from the middle of the bat. Did Mangela?
Yes, rolled his wrist nicely and got full value for the shot. You see, nicely in the vacant gap and got full value. Much needed boundary.
I could show you 10 of those shots, all played in the air, all caught by deep square leg. But that one was played well, yes. It's important to keep it down.
This time down the ground and one more boundary. So 2 consecutive boundaries to end the over. 11 gone, 79 for 3.
Bas.
79 for 3 Namo Bandra Blasters. Exquisite boundary of the last ball of the 11th over. And we're back here with Prashant Solanki coming on to ball. Again, cut that one nicely. Looking for the second one and gets it finally.
Yeah, that was a little strange if you see the running between the wickets, but here's the boundary. Sweetly struck just to the left of that man at extra cover. Was up in the air, so for a second you never know, you felt it might go to extra cover. Didn't. Well, Solanki here has bowled really well. I thought he was lucky not to get a couple of leg before decisions. And also a quick explanation about why Nikhil has come out, Nikhil Patil that is, because Shrideep Mangela is a lefty. And even though we expected Sujit Nayak, having two lefties at the crease may not be what the captain Shreyas Iyer might have wanted. So we keep a right-left combination here by sending Nikhil in and leaves Sujit for some big striking later on.
Wide call, definitely. The umpire's not stretching his arms, so lucky there, Solanki, very lucky.
Well, it eventually went way down. There's a sweep again, and again he manages to keep it down. So he's doing well with that shot so far.
Yes, Solanki has been one of the form bowlers of the tournament. In fact, leading the charts for the bowling with the average more than the wickets. And he's been very impressive. I'm sure Mumbai selectors are looking at him very closely.
Up in the air, and he gets lucky. That should have gone for six somewhere. Just when we praise him, of course, he comes up with the worst ball of his spell so far. But he's a classic leggy in the old style. Gives it a big grip from his palm, not so much the fingers as some wrist spinners tend to do these days.
Yes, Bittu, like he calls himself. And that's the name on his jersey as well. Quite interesting for him to have a nickname on his jersey.
Pulls it back. Well done, wins the battle with Mangela. Another good over three that he's bowled 1 for 19. It's 84 for 3.
उधर भागना उधर लेफ्ट आर्म डाउन बस श्रीकांत थोड़ा सरल
84 for 3, Namo Bandra Blasters. Quite tight spells there from all the Eagle Thane strikers bowlers. And Solanki has been the most impressive of the lot. Sagar Mishra has also been tight in his 2 overs. He comes back here. Starts off. Sharp single. 5 for 3.
This could be good for the Bandra Blasters. They got a right-left in. Nikhil Patil knows his job. He's just pushing it around for singles. And Shrideep Mangela seems to be the go-to guy for the big shots. He's been sweeping very effectively. But I'm sure as soon as he gets more settled and when the ball does offer the opportunity, he might want to go big. Long off, long on, deep mid-wicket, deep square leg.
Yes, the field spread out. And pushing for 2. Should get it quite easily. Good commitment there.
Yeah, well, they were a little late to spot the fact that he hadn't really struck the ball well. And realized that the bowler had to probably fetch it himself. Other projects, fan army. Good to see you here as always. Well, just as it is difficult to be out there playing, I tell you what, even the fans can sometimes have it pretty rough. It's hot, it's humid, but they're here. They're certainly living up to their fan army tag.
Lots of vacant spaces on the leg side, so plenty of opportunities for the 2 batsmen to go through for not just single but push for 2.
Well, again he decides very late. So what's the situation here? Are they speaking or not? Because Nikhil Patil was just ball watching, and Shrideep Mangela spotted the single, ran through half, maybe 3/4 of the pitch, and had to go back because Nikhil just was not reacting. Got to watch the striker, Nikhil. It was his call.
Cardinal mistake there by Nikhil Patil, and it was almost suicidal there for Namo Bandra Blasters. This time much easier. I guess the safer runs are easier for them. Just 2 balls ago, you saw what happened there. Nikhil Patil was just ball watching, and Shrideep Mangela had a jog and went back. Could have been suicidal here.
Well, yeah, luckily, of course, Nikhil didn't run at all. So Shrideep had no choice but to go back. It's just, why waste a single? Call louder. It was Shrideep's call. He should have just said run, and Nikhil should have responded immediately.
This time Apesh on the offside. 1 bounce. Boundary. So Nikhil Patil now gets into the act. He moves on to 11, 92 for 3.
Well, there we go, over extra cover. I think he went a little straighter than he might have wanted because Longoff almost got to it. There we go. Aditya Thane was saying, what? Leap, get it. Thane was quite incensed, saying that was a catch. And maybe Longoff is indicating that he didn't quite see it quickly enough, because it was certainly in the range. I mean, it might have taken a bit of a dive, a spectacular effort. He did nothing.
This time again down the ground, and 6. What a way to end the over. 98 for 3 after 13.
Sleep. Coming around to you for you over.
So 98 for 3. Nikhil Patil finally getting into the act in the previous over and easing some pressure of Shrideep Mangela. Last ball of the previous over.
Yeah, there he is. Nikhil Patil dancing the light, fantastic, and it worked for him. Only just over the man had long on. Needed to be 8 feet tall there.
Bold, yeah.
They are being very adventurous, dancing down the track at every opportunity. And if it's not there for the big hit, then you just have to be sensible enough to get some bat to it, because there are plenty of singles that are available. Sairaj Patil topping for now the Škoda maximum 6s. The Panthers are still alive, so he can add to that tally, but many others can't, including Surya Yadav. I think 7 of those 9 came in his first 90.
One name on that chart, Sujit Nayak, is still to be spotted here.
Bold, yeah. Well done, buddy. Well done, top ball.
You would have hoped that he would have walked out, because perfect opportunity for him over here.
There still could be. I don't wish for any one of these batsmen to get out. They're doing a good job. In fact, Nikhil Patil currently at what? 190 strike rate. He's on strike now. Short! And that had to be put away for 4. Has he found the gap? He has! That's what you need to do. Spot the opportunity. There was a bad ball from Ramjani and put away just exactly where your Nikhil Patil should have.
Yes, very well struck there by Nikhil Patil. He's pushed the accelerator in the previous over, and now he's probably getting into the act quite quickly. So he's the aggressor now, and Shrideep Mangela is... Oh, he's stumped there. Very well bowled. Deceived, all ends up. And Nikhil Patil, being an aggressive batsman once too often.
Did I say they're dancing down the track a little too often? Well, he paid the penalty. Just a hint of spin, stranded, yards out. Smart work by Aditya Thane. He'll be very pleased with Ramjani's comeback. It's 103 for 4 as Nikhil Patil goes for a quick 21 from 11.
शॉट फाइल
103 for 4. Namo Bandra Blasters have just lost Nikhil Patil for 21. Beaten all ends up by Ramjani. So we have, for the third time, kids from the Rotary Club of Bombay and Chembur West who've been brought to watch the matches of T20 Mumbai. What an experience for them to be here to watch some high-quality action at the Wankhede Stadium.
I hope they remember this visit fondly of some big hits, some big wickets, plenty of action, fielding, catching. So guess who's on now? The big boy. Sujit Nayak is on strike, but we'll have to see his exploits a little later because Ramjani ends a successful over. 103 for 4.
Namo Bandra Blasters 103 for 4 after 14 overs.
You know, we saw the kids watching the match earlier, and they are, of course, accompanied by District Governor Shashi Sharma of Rotary District 3141. And I have to add this, Chandresh, I think the Rotary organization in India globally does a terrific job because it's all social service. They get their organization to help many deserving activities. And I've really been a long-term admirer of everything they do. And to spare most of them are working people, and yet to spare time for such wonderful, helpful activity.
Yes, absolutely right. Now, let's hope Sujit Nayak gets into the act and gives them something to cheer and makes it a day to count for them.
Yeah, he's a big unit, isn't he? So even his misses tend to carry. This is the 12th match in the tournament. 327 so far. Fabulous strike rate. That's what we want seeing. And of course, he can hit the ball a very long way. So also the high score of the T20 Mumbai so far. This is only the second season, but 99 not out. He missed the line, and Aditya Tare was swift behind the wicket. No mess up there.
Deftly plays that down to third man. Just a single as we join Karishma, who's got a special guest with her.
I do indeed. I have with me Karish Kothari. It's been a difficult time for your team so far in the tournament. So what were your thoughts today before coming into the game? What did everyone discuss?
What happened? First of all, we lost the 2 matches first, so we are planning to finish this match on a winning note. So it helps us build a good momentum also for the next season coming on, and it will be good if we finish on the winning note.
Absolutely, it will be. Also, I wanted to know, how do you feel like you've bowled in this tournament?
Yeah, I always believe in taking wickets so that I can help the team win. I always believe that if I can do something for the team, it will be better for my team also.
And what do you think of the current match situation? I know you want to go in a winning note, but what do you think? How is it going today?
We are on a good position, just lost 1 wicket. From now here on, we are planning to go for 160, 165. It will be better for us bowlers also to get good stage. Yeah.
Overall, you've enjoyed yourself, this experience that you've had over here?
Yeah, I enjoyed a lot because wicket is also helping us spinners, so it was good for me.
Thank you so much. Have your family and friends also come here and seen you play?
Yeah, they are coming. They are coming in big numbers.
Good. Well, I'm happy to hear that. And you know what? At the end of the day, you are here, and that's all that matters. Thank you so much. Good luck to you and your team. Thank you. Back to you.
Thanks a lot, Karishma. What an opportunity for Karish Kothari in this tournament. It's been very impressive. Spoke about scoring about 160 in the remaining overs. I think that's about par right now for Namo Bandra Blasters if they keep going at about 9 runs an over. That should be quite a challenging task for Eagle strikers.
Yeah, Manish Batavia sitting next door always spots the... There we go. Take a look at the wickets. Just so unlucky to clip it to fine leg. And then I suppose he was in line, and umpires are happy to give it on the front for Shreyas Iyer. Takes his hand off the bat, but his cue's away wide of long off, and they'll be so disappointed with that. And even Nikhil Patil, he danced down the track several times. The spin finally did him in. Still plenty of hope. Of course, they have 2 lefties now, so their whole right-left plan can't wait anymore. Got this big boy here who has just come in, so we'll give him time to settle down. But Shrideep Mangela is doing a really good job. Well, he at least is showing a lot of intent, even though his strike rate currently is only 112. But those sweeps have worked for him. He's hit the ball very effectively both sides of the wicket.
This time, nicely struck. Maximum. Shrideep Mangela is into his elements right now.
Well, we were full praise of him, and my heart was in my mouth when he hit that up in the air, because we don't want to get into any commentator's curse here, but he caught plenty of that and moved his right foot out of the way, gave it a big, huge heave-ho, sailing into the stands. Well played. And then Sujit Naik must be at the other end licking his chops, saying, well, wait to see what I can do.
This time Apish, and fielder gets under it, and he's gone. Rakesh Prabhu taking a fine catch there, and that's the end of Shrideep Mangela.
Oh, that's a very special catch. Prabhu looked a little lazy on it, but one can understand the sun must have been directly in his eyes, and yet somehow he spotted the ball early enough. Again, dancing down the track, Shrideep Mangela, and moving to his left. I think he was also in conversation with one of his colleagues on the outside of the rope. But big Prabhu did very well, because a little error there that might have gone for 6. Shrideep Mangela's good knock of 42 comes to an end. It's 115 for 5 now, the Blasters.
Right arm over. Come out. Shabash boys. Boss, सही है.
We've seen some good hitting from the Blasters, but yet run rate not exactly going into astronomical proportions, still at 7.67.
Bowling, buddy. Top ball.
But the real hope is going to be for Sujit Naik, as he's joined by Siddharth Chitnis.
Fellows.
Coming a little lower on the order, Sujit Naik, than we expected. We thought 3, 4, maybe 5 at the worst, batting at number 6 today. But Siddharth Chitnis can give it a whack. And he really has done that. They're dealing in maximums, the Bandra Blasters.
That's a great shot from Chitnis. Pitching somewhere outside the off stump. Perfect lap shot. Taking his left leg out and hitting it to that mid-wicket position. He goes right under the ball. Sweet spot of the bat. And away the ball goes.
Somebody forgot to remind him that he's just faced 1 delivery in the innings so far. Talk about a quick starter. 6 of 2. And again. This time 1 bounce to the fielder. Suresh Prabhu again, who's taken a wonderful catch just moments ago. Taking his chances, Siddharth Chitnis. And this was the catch we're talking about.
Stepped out, didn't handle it well. That's a brilliant catch, really. because the sun was in his eyes. Prabhu did a wonderful job there. They will have to now go at the rate of 10 and over, Gautam, to have any semblance of a, say, 160, 70 runs.
I can tell you the other thing about the catch that Charu was in commentary pointed out was that he really was in the middle of a very animated conversation with his substitute fielder who had brought him a drink of water, and suddenly he says, oh, catch, all right, hang on a sec, take the catch, back to the conversation. I think we just interrupted their conversation as well.
That's for you, Gautam.
Why would you say that?
They heard you, they heard you.
Oh, that's a sensational catch, is it? Krutik has taken, I guess, the catch of the day and one of the catches of the tournament. Wow.
Such an innocuous shot, really. Neither hit it nor gave it the direction, but that was simply brilliant.
Krutik Hangavadi watched the ball and he's got rid of Siddharth Chitnis, who had shown his intentions nice and early. It's 1, 2, 3 for 6.
Round 1 to go.
$123 for 6. Siddharth Chitnis showed that he was in a hurry. Aditya Dhumal now comes out. They can all bat down the order.
Bowling.
End of a successful over from Ankush. 1, 2, 3 for 6. So Krutik Hangavadi back into the attack. Bowled 2 overs, 1 for 23. He's gone for a few, but taken a wicket. And the batsmen are really going after him. Seeing wickets fall around him, Sujit Naik will now have to just reassess how hard he goes. Now, interesting that we've seen 2 good catches today, 2 excellent catches. This was the first one from Prabhu, looking into the sun. And then moments ago, the man who's got ball in hand right now, Krutik Hangavadi, picked up a stunner. And I think they've both been informed that there's a new award we've instituted from today, the Ward Wiss Protector of the Match for the best fielding effort.
Sujit Naik, it seems he's batting for a long time, but he's just about faced 6 deliveries.
I think those 2 wickets have something to do with his approach at the moment. He's just giving himself a few more deliveries, but I reckon he'll enjoy the pace of Krutik coming onto the bat. So let's see if he goes after him. Yes, he does. And when he hits them, oh, watch out, watch out. Is that car still in one piece? We told you earlier that the 4-year insurance is very essential for the Skoda. because when Sujit Naik's out there, everything's in danger. Look at that.
That is brute power, really. Onto the front foot. He's already broken the screen of the car earlier. Tremendous power this young lad has. This is a shot that he played when he broke that glass. Bang! Seems to be eyeing that Skoda. Reminds you so much about Chris Gayle, doesn't he, when he plays those onside shots? Removes his right leg and just plays that swing.
That one nearly took the non-striker with him. But that was just going to get himself a single. Well done, Dhumal, getting out of the way. Just look at those forearms. You can tell where it comes from. And that's what he's done in the series so far. Started in with against Arks and Dheri with that 52 of 21 balls. And he's got runs almost every single time except against the Supersonics.
You mentioned his forearms. His father, Suru Naik, was a very, very fit cricketer. He had good arms which he worked at, but they were not as big as this. Oh, well played.
The only thing he continued to do was be superstitious about watching Sujit play. Last year I ran into him. He was one of our guests at the toss. And the only question I asked him, I said, big day for you, expecting a good innings that you're going to watch from your son? He said, expecting, yes, but watching, no. I'm leaving.
It's amazing how even cricketers of the past become tense when they're watching their Watts playing cricket. They were not tense when they played themselves. But Suru was an outstanding cricketer. He played with great distinction for Mumbai.
132 for 6. That's been the run rate in the phases. Power play was a little disappointing from the Bandra Blasters. But then they've just upped the ante a little bit. And this is a trend that they've had throughout the tournament. We had a situation earlier when they played the Shivaji Park Lions. They just got 40 in the power play, went on to make 152. Before that, 47 led to 176. Today, they were 43 in the power play. And the numbers suggest that they should try and get to around 160, 165 by their own track record.
And the stage is set for Sujit Naik. He loves pelting the ball. Left-hander, if he gives it to him on the middle and leg, it's going to go to long on or deep mid-wicket. Look at that massive bat of his. As if he's waiting to hit the ball to all corners of the ground.
And what a challenge. The man with the hat-trick in this tournament up against possibly the hardest hitter in the tournament. Good contest. Jaiswal versus Sujit Naik.
Hold here. Very well bowled, buddy.
More relief than anything in the voice of Aditya Tare behind the stumps there.
Yeah, he spun that ball, bowled it slow. But he'll wait for that one to come in his range, in his side of the wicket.
Bold, bhai.
Good use of the crease from Ankush Jaiswal there. See, he was just receiving the batsman by bowling it from about a foot behind. Spinners tend to do that nowadays.
Once again, pulling his t-shirt sleeves up, signs of an expected hit.
Hold here.
Just flexing his muscles there. If you've got them, flaunt them.
But Jaiswal is not giving it to him in his range. He's bowling it slower, perhaps a little shorter. Not giving him room to play that square drive or that pull shot.
Cat and mouse battle here. Dhumal hasn't shown any signs of going after the bowling.
Hold.
Happy just to give the strike to Sujit Naik. Now, can this battle continue in favour of the bowler? He's kept it short so far, Ankush Jaiswal, but Sujit Naik knows that. Is he going to be able to run down? or maybe make room and go deeper in the crease to try and make that even shorter. Let's see what he can do. Can he outthink the bowler?
I think he should play it at extra cover or mid-off, because the long off is coming towards the side screen, almost straight.
That's something interesting. You can't be absolutely in front, but you can just be maybe at about 20 degrees. So Aditya Tare now wants him on the onside, if you can call it that.
Tell me, technically, can he move there? Will he not be disturbing the batsman?
And he tried to heave that one. Wonder if he was distracted. But I guess not everyone has the peripheral vision of Sachin Tendulkar.
Just the 5 in that over. I think it's a brilliant over from Ankush Jaiswal.
Brilliant over. 18th over of the innings. When you've got Superman at the other end, keeping it down, keeping both batsmen quiet. And I think it's vital for the sake of the strikers here.
Ball.
We know they need to chase whatever they've put in front of them very quickly, and the lesser it is, the better for them. 138 for 6. I was in commentary with Manish earlier, and we were chatting about this Atul Project's run graph, and again referring to the fact that earlier it was looking a lot more like the traditional Bandra skyline, the 2-story buildings along Carter Road and the likes of it. And he referred to Mannat, of course, on the other part. And the only reference I couldn't end up making to him, which is just as well because he probably doesn't know about it, was growing up and going to the iconic Sea Rock Hotel. So you'd think of Bandra in those days, and you think of the tallest building, the most dominant building was the Sea Rock, and I think they've just about managed to construct one Sea Rock.
They need at least 2 more in the last 2.
He'd kind of finished the stroke before the ball arrived. Good deception.
This young lad is very impressive. Short delivery, but a slower one. Rolled his fingers over the ball, didn't allow the batsman to time it. He wants the strike. He just wants the strike.
Sujit Naik's not going to be happy. You saw him shaking his head there. That's 2 in a row. He needs to communicate. Oh, he's giving him a mouthful. He's not listening.
He's not even looking at him. He's saying, slow hi dal rahe, slow hi dal rahe.
He gave him the same delivery twice. He missed it twice in the same manner. He doesn't need to be swinging his bat when you've got Sujit Naik at the other end. Tap, run, over to you, sir. And now he hits it back to the bowler. I think he'll just walk off after a point, Sujit Naik.
That simply is brilliant bowling by Kritik Hangawadi. Absolutely. 3 dot balls in the 19th over. Something not heard of.
And what a second spell it's been from him. He went for over 20 in his first spell, and now he's just kept it very tight indeed in his second spell, bowling key overs, 17 and 19. 4 in a row. Take a bow, Kritik. Aditya Dhumal, go and find a different direction from your dugout when you leave.
Anxiety, what can he do? The pressure's rising. Sujit Naik at the other end, not getting a single delivery. 4 balls played by Dhumal.
Now he's had another chat. Is he listening? This is going to be fun. 19th over. We've seen ... And nobody's communicating in Morse code here, I can tell you that. That's been hit hard, and he is dismissed. The only thing he's done right is Sujit Naik reluctantly has now walked across to the other side, and that's the only way he found to give him strike. What an over it's been. 4 dots and a wicket. And Dhumal's rather unfortunate effort, 3 of 11, comes to a painstaking end.
This is one of the most brilliant overs I've seen in this competition. Again, he bowled a slow one. Dhumal just couldn't time it and holds it out to the long on.
Goes for 3, 138 for 7. Now, the further dilemma here for Sujit Naik is that all very well they crossed, but they crossed after 5 deliveries. So now what does he do for this last ball? He wants to strike for the last over, but he still wants to maximize the runs.
I think the best thing for him to do is to take a single and then take charge for the next few overs.
That's what happened this over so far. First 2 deliveries similar, then hit back to the bowler, then completely missed it, and the 5th ball hit down the throat off long on. Deep mid-wicket actually.
Take a single, go to the other end, don't be too greedy for that 6. You play all the 6 balls in the next over.
The 2 options for Sujit Naik. 1, take a single, keep the strike. 2, try and go maximum here and try and get a strike for at least 5 balls next over. Nope, he's taking the former option. 1 run and a wicket. What a brilliant 19th over. Krutik Hangavadi. 1 over to go, 139 for 7. Have a look at those figures. 16 runs in the last 20 deliveries. That's Aditya Dhumal. Tried hard previous deliveries and then finished up 3 of 11 and then losing his wicket. And now Sujit Naik has strike for the last over. He's most effective when he gets rid of the helmet, which he's doing now.
Gautam, I thought in this competition that was one of the most brilliant overs that I saw, because he didn't give a single run, made Sujit Naik wait for 5 balls. The young lad has attacked and bowled a superb over.
So who's got charge of the final over? It's Surve. 1 for 15, also bowled excellently in 2 overs.
Bowling right arm over.
Ten in 2, if you look at Hangavadi. So he had 23 in his first 2 overs spell and 10 in the next 2. Yes, wonderful to see that the Rotary Club of Bombay and Chembur West have brought these children, rescued from the streets, cancer bravehearts, all of them. And a quick shout out to Shashi Sharma, District Governor of Rotary District 3141. It's always good to see the Rotary in different walks of life, and why not on the field of sport, to try and make it a great outing and a great occasion for the kids.
Gautam, I always firmly believe that everybody must play some sport or the other, not to become an India or a Mumbai player, but to enjoy the game.
He's connected that, and he's connected it really well. That is about 15 rolls back, that long on. That's what Sujit Naik can do, if only he had a few more deliveries to do it.
Simply awesome. Tournament 6 is 1-7. Look at the power. Full toss to hit it in the long on area with so much power.
Not the best delivery, but doesn't matter what you bowl, a half tracker, a full toss, you still need to have the power to put it away. Surve under pressure here. This has been driven well, and he denies the run. He had a look. Rakesh Prabhu was quickly onto that ball. Could he have taken two? And I think he's telling the non-striker that, no, there wasn't enough time for two, so let me take it. Let me try and get the maximums. Get under the ball. 3 deliveries to go.
Perhaps he could have taken a 2 and allowed the other batsman to be run out and yet keep the strike.
Again, he won't take the run. Not happy with himself. Straight to long off. Dot ball. Either going to be 6 or nothing.
Oh, this has been a good over. Only the 6 of 4 balls.
Add to the previous over where we had 1 run. So that's 7 runs in the last 10 deliveries and 1 wicket lost.
And with Sujit Nayak at the crease, where he didn't get too many in the last over, just the one ball that he played.
Excellent delivery. Just going to squeeze it out. This time they look for 2 for sure. He might sell his non-striker down, but he doesn't. Good running. They get back for 2. But again, it was just slightly well pitched up, wide. Didn't allow him to get under the ball.
So close to the ball, to the batsman. No room whatsoever. Now, the important thing is that he's taken the 2, kept the strike. What will this be, a 6?
That's what everyone here is hoping for. Couple of last-minute adjustments from Aditya Tare. It won't matter if it's sailing into the stands. Can we have a good one to finish from Surve? And it's not a bad delivery at all. Just a single is all he'll get. But can they come back for a second? They should at least have tried, but it was good fielding, keeping them down to 148 at the end of 20 overs. It's been a very decent effort from the Eagle Thane strikers. Because for them, it's not just about 149, it's about getting to 149 in a huge hurry if they are to stay alive in this tournament. And he'll play a big role, Aditya Tare, in a quick run chase, not just a big run chase. A reminder what's happened here. The Namo Bandra Blasters were put into bat by Aditya Tare, whose team have chased every single time in the tournament so far. And they had a bit of a stutter in the beginning. An excellent innings from Shrideep Mangela, 42 of 34. Very good from Nikhil Patil, 21 of 11, but he just went when he was starting to get going. And Sujit Nayak, well, firstly, we all feel he should be batting higher up the order. And even when he did come in, he didn't get enough off the strike. 148 for 7 in 20 overs. Couple of decent partnerships, none going on to 50 plus. Bowling. The figures of Krutik don't tell the entire story. His second spell, 10 runs. In the last 2 overs, bowling numbers 17 and 19, I think, were the reason why the Blasters are about 20 short. Let's go down to the sidelines and find out who Manish Patavia is chatting with.
Right, among a dozen of left-arm spinners, we've got this young 19-year-old leg spinner who's impressed one and all. Just the second game, 4 wickets the other day, and the one important wicket of Shreyas. Tell us a bit about where you've been all this while.
Nothing, I was just waiting for my chance, and I'm glad that my captain backed me and all the support staff backed me to play the important game last game, and this game as well. They've backed me good enough.
What's your attitude to bowling in this format?
Our captain has always backed us to get wickets, and I'm glad enough that he gives me the field I want and supports me, tells me to toss it up at the right areas and supports me well.
Are you good to play in the bowl in the power play as well?
Like, it depends. If he's willing to give it to me in the power play, I'm ready to bowl in that as well.
All right, so now this target, before we let you go, you think you can do this in quick time?
Yeah, it's a pretty achievable target. Wicket is also good, so I think our batters should get it.
All right, go well. Thanks so much.
A good spell of bowling there. 148 is what they restricted the Blasters to. They need to get it in 20 overs to win the game, but they needed to get it a lot quicker to stay alive in this tournament. That's the important part of it. this T20 Mumbai 2019. It's always been a wonderful pleasure to be here, and what a great effort to put it together by the MCA.
I've heard stories of legends. Legends who changed the game forever. Of gods who rained down storms from their bats. Stories etched in gold, made from sweat, blood and tears. Today, I stand where they once stood. There are many more stories left to be told here at the MCA. I hope you're listening.
That's where we are at the halfway stage between the Bandra Blasters and the Eagle Thane Strikers. 149 is the target they've set. Eknath Kherkar was the one expected to do a lot of damage early on in the innings, but it happened in the middle order. Pradeep Mangela and Sujit Naik towards the end. 2 for 33. Krutik was excellent, as was 1 for 19 from Solanki. But wickets shared around. Every single bowler who came on was among the wickets. All started with an excellent boundary in the very first over. But then once Prasad Pawar was dismissed, it was going to be a problem. Kherkar was the first to go. Caught behind, caught at fine leg. Then came Prasad Pawar, LBW to Sagar Mishra for 5. And Shreyas Iyer came together with Shrideep Mangela, and that was a very, very healthy partnership. It looked as if they were going to take it away, but when Shreyas Iyer took his hands off the ball, it looked as if he would be dismissed. They got away with that one. And we saw this magnificent hit to the boundary. Hit a 4 and a 6, and again took his hand off the bat. And this time he was out, caught by Ashwar Surve of Prashant Solanki. They were 3 down. Nikhil Patil came in and he started smashing it all over the place. 2 4s and a 6 in his 21 of just 11 balls. This was magnificent. Straight 6 that he hit. But then once he hit this boundary, it was a bit of deception to Alpesh Ramjani. A magnificent stumping by Aditya Tare and sent Nikhil Patil back and put the brakes on, even though Sujit Naik came in and hit some very trademark blows after the dismissal of Shrideep Mangela, who was out to this smart catch with the sun in his eyes by Rakesh Prabhu. Siddharth Chitnis, first ball, dot, second ball, 6. And then this super catch from Angavadi. One of the catches of the tournament. Sujit Naik just didn't get enough strike towards the end. But when he did manage to get strike, he hit a couple of big blows. This is the last of all. Aditya Dhumal played 5 deliveries of the 19th over and took the strike away from Sujit Naik. This is what they have in front of them, the Eagle Thane strikers. To win the match, 149 in 20. But to stay ahead on net run rate, they need to get it in 12 overs.
So we are back here at the Wankhede Stadium for the second half of this Bandra Blasters versus Eagle Thane Strikers contest. Eagle Thane Strikers have a task on their hand. They need to score 149 to win the match, but they need to do it in double quick time to qualify for the semi-finals. Namo Bandra Blasters had a tame finish to their innings, finished on 148, and set a target that Aditya Tare and his boys have to achieve in quick time. He's playing his 5th match of the tournament and has had 194 runs so far in the tournament. Decent strike rate as well, as Charu Sharma joins us in the commentary box.
Yeah, good evening, Chandresh. I'm really looking forward to this. What's the game plan here for the yellow team? Well, they'll be pretty aware that they need to get the score quickly if they can get it at all. So do you die trying? Or are you 120 for 4 in 20 overs, which doesn't help anyone? So I'm expecting fireworks, and be fantastic for this league, this tournament, if we find a team really adventurous, knowing the job, knowing the situation, and trying to go big quickly. Of course, they have to choose the right ball, which is never easy. You don't want to be 40 all out in 5 overs, I know, but do they have the batsman for it? Aditya, we know, is a fabulous batter, but more in the classic style, so he'll be playing against his grain. And Pardeshi is opening with him, right-left combination. Karsh Kothari's done really well in the past. First ball of the chase. That's the way to do it. Aditya Tare spotting the opportunity, calls for it quickly. No wasted opportunities, no dot balls. Not unless it's just impossible to take a single. You've got to keep the fielders very honest and go for it. Chandresh, I'm really looking forward to this. I'm ready. I just hope that Eagle Thane Strikers are ready.
Yes, I'm sure they are, because one spot is up for grabs, and I'm sure they're desperate enough to grab that spot. Remember, they finished on a high while bowling, so they can carry that momentum forward while batting.
Yeah, they did very well with the ball. Of course, fielders scurrying all over the place. We have a short fine and a square leg inside the circle. So it's an even field, both sides. And straight down, Karsh did very well. Now here's an opportunity for Tare to have gone big over the bowler. But his natural instinct is to keep it along the ground. And in T20 cricket, sometimes, of course, he got too close to the pitch of the ball as well. We'll see. Can Tare change the way he normally likes to bat?
He did a few years ago for Mumbai Indians, where he won a match in a must-win situation in double quick time at that time. We all remember right here at Wankhede when he hit a big one to seal the contest in about 11 and a half overs. And so we're expecting more of the same here.
There is a long off and a deep mid-wicket, so those are 2 areas you don't want to hit it up in the air. Anywhere else will be safe. Didn't catch it. It goes towards mid-wicket, but only for a single. Again, just a hint slower than he might have liked the ball, which is why he pulled it towards mid-wicket rather than a much straighter shot that he wanted to play.
Yes, Karsh Kothari has been one of the standout bowlers in the tournament, and he's really come of age in the tournament, and he's kept the batsmen honest so far in this over, and they've not been able to get away. Been tight.
Goes big, will he be taken? Oh yes, he is. Pardeshi goes quickly, good field placing. They had 2 men down leg, knowing that the lefty will go big against the left arm orthodox, and it just did not work out for Pardeshi, even though I suspect that was the game plan for the batting side.
Yes, fell into the trap, straight down the throat of the long on fielder. Easy as it comes. Big blow for the Eagle Thane Strikers. Jaideep Pardeshi gone for 1, 2 for 1.
अच्छा फिनिश कर ले कर सेंटर लेफ्ट आर्म राउंड
So 2 for 1 as Ramjani joins his captain at the crease. 3 for 1 after first over. So 3 for 1 after the first over.
लेफ्ट आर्म राउंड
Aditya Thane is joined by Alpesh Ramjani as Aditya Dumal comes on to bowl the second over. So plenty of spin on offer here.
Yeah, but it's also good by Aditya Thare getting Ramjani in. He's a big striker of the ball, big strong man, and a right-left combination again. That's a good ball first up. Because they need to keep the left arm orthodox honest. Because they can get right on top of the right-handed batsman, but the left-handed batsmen do have a natural advantage of going big. Remember, this is still power play, only 2 men outside. They're long on and deep mid-wicket. And he goes over extra cover. That's the right thing to do. Ramjani will get a boundary. Well played. That's the safest area in the field right now if you want to go aerial.
Yes, his job description is clear-cut. Go big and go long. This time he gets a boundary. That's the way for Aditya Thare to be backing Alpesh Ramjani.
Well, you don't get too much power when you strike outside off, but if you can clear the infield, it's going to be runs every time. Oh, well bowled.
ball Dumal Shabash
Dumal, of course, a little guilty earlier on for missing plenty of deliveries while Sujit Naik was on the other end. He'll want to prove a point here by picking up some wickets and saying, I'm a valuable member of the team. Jumps out, and again, very well done. Has he cleared the man? No, Sujit Naik trying to get underneath it. And a little bit of hesitation there. Thare desperate to get Ramjani back onto strike. But I think they were ball watching for a while because the ball was in the air and Naik was chasing after it.
Yes, Sujit Naik appears to be a bit tentative. He didn't commit himself fully there. He's still suffering from that shoulder injury, I suppose.
Well, I'd be less critical because if he should land on the ground, somebody have to pick him up with a forklift. It's a big unit. And he'll leave a permanent indentation. But I can understand why he wouldn't want to dive. Yes, you are right. That left shoulder of his, he doesn't want to injure it any further.
This time Apesh, but just a single. So the right sort of attitude so far, but need a lot more. That's the wicket. Fall in the previous over.
Yeah.
Bad start there.
I'm not so sure he should have gone for a big one right there. A slog sweep, of course, you need to probably go much more square. And does he pass the field? He does. Once the infield has been pierced, will Naik dive? He does. Is that good enough? Perhaps not. He finally decided to put in the dive, but maybe a shade late. Well done, Sujit Naik. Not good enough to save the boundary, and Ramjani helps himself to another one. 2 gone, 13 for 1.
Right arm over.
So Alpesh Ramjani has made an aggressive start to his innings as Nikhil Date comes in with a sharp in cutter.
Yeah, I think their lefty orthodox opening duo has given way from one end to big, tall Date, 6 foot and plenty. And he can work up the pace. Aditya Tare, there we are, the last ball screamed away past the man at extra cover. And then Sujit Naik chasing after it. Did try and put in the dive, but a little too late. And maybe the ball would have always won. But this is going to be different now for the pair at the crease. Tare wouldn't mind because he's a, like I said, batsman in a classic mold. But Ramjani here, what does he do after that bright start? Does he just take it easy against Date? Oh, great delivery. That's what we want from Mr. Big and Tall.
Yes, very well bowled there. Making the batsman search for that one and beating him all ends up.
I wonder if Shreyas Iyer should put in a slip right here, because if he can bowl that ball consistently, it's only a matter of time before he gets an edge. For the moment, he has a short third. Okay, 2 wonderful deliveries. What next? Yeah, 2 full, and that's going to go for 4. It's stopping though. A dive may save it. No, the ball will win. So Ramjani continues to take not heavy, but some toll. And that ball, of course, was a lot fuller, so easier to drive.
Yes, Ramjani is here to make the ball disappear. And so far, he is doing it softly. And the fielders have not putting in the dive, just almost escorting it at times. And this will help Eagle Thane strikers, because they need to get the score in 12 overs.
Or somewhere there. But it's been an adventurous start. At least there's intent.
Yes, the fact that they promoted Ramjani up the order shows that they are quite keen to get the score and get it done as quickly as possible. Plan, I think, is clear. Aditya Tare is going to bat all the way till the 12th over or so, and the others will play around him.
I think I've said it enough times that this is a cruel situation for Aditya Tare, because he loves playing along the ground in a classic sense, and he has no choice but to go up in the air if he wants some more runs. Oh, tries to give it the big heave-ho and misses completely. Of course, it was a slower one. Very well bowled by Date.
Yes, this shot summed up what you said about Aditya Tare. He's quite uncharacteristic when he's trying something unorthodox. Just see there, he's just not suited for this kind of shots.
Head in the air, and he'd be very embarrassed to see that. But well bowled. I think there was rolled his fingers around that ball. Date, very cleverly done. Oh, came in well. Tare just about digging it out. This is a really, really good over. Only, well, 6 off it, but it's 19 for 1.
So Eagle Thane strikers 19 for 1 as change of ends for Karsh Kotari. Comes on from the pavilion end now. Against Alpesh Ramjani. Still looking for runs here and there. They need a lot more.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed with that tuck towards fine leg, because the ball was short enough to maybe take a big swing. And Ramjani maybe missed out on the fact that behind square, the fielders were inside the ring. And he really should have gone for a big heave-ho. There was an opportunity, he just tucked it away, and a single is not going to help. In fact, strangely enough, the strikers are 20 for 1 when the Blasters at the same stage were 26 for 1. And guess who needs to be? Oh, what's that appeal for? Did get bat first? Maybe there's certainly a bit of pad. No, off the bat.
Need to get a lot more of these power play overs. They have to get to the target and qualify for the semi-finals.
Well, again, Ramjani now, long on, deep mid-wicket. We're in power play, of course, well in power play. So Karsh Kothari needs to keep a really tight length here. Can't let Ramjani get underneath. Straight behind the bowler. Did he get enough? Just, we think, no, not even. Got it high on the bat, and Ramjani is going to once again be very disappointed. It was a long hop. He could put it away anywhere. Maybe try to hit it too hard.
Just not enough power in that shot. Just got a bit high. The ball goes down the ground. Usually the safest place to hit and get maximum value.
And finally, he gives it the shot that I expected him to 2 balls ago. Short, down leg for the lefty. He should have done that 2 balls ago as well, or 3. And he gets a boundary. Well, he would have been looking for 6. Again, didn't quite catch it 100%.
That's more like it from Ramjani. Some more intent there. 8 runs already from this over.
And of course, Karsh Kothari, very young, doesn't want Ramjani to get underneath it. So he's pulled his length back a bit, and which is allowing Ramjani the possibility of a pull. Does he go a little fuller now? And on the offside, well done again, safe. Consecutive boundaries for Ramjani, that's what he's been sent for. And for the moment, he is delivering. Kothari will now wonder, what next? What do I do?
Yes, quite a shot there. And gets full value. Much needed boundary yet again.
Yeah, we like this. To be in contention, they need to achieve the target in 12 overs. It's a near impossible task, but I'm glad that Ramjani at least is giving it a heave-ho. Last ball of the over, and he wants to retain strike. 32 for 1.
Alpesh Ramjani is the star with the bat right now for Eagle Thane strikers. 27 of 14 deliveries. Very successful previous over.
Inside edge. Squirts away to deep square. That brings Thane in. Now, if you want to watch the match in style, this is where you need to be. The Wardwiz VIP box. Air conditioned, keep you out of the heat, plenty of beverage and food. And no wonder Milind is there. Manish has also disappeared. Gautam, well, can you spot them somewhere in there? That's where you want to be.
Yeah, I think that's the best place to be at the ground right now. I can spot Gautam there.
Guess who's inviting you in with that photograph outside?
Gets that one nicely. Through the leg side. A boundary. Aditya Thare now gets into the act.
Well, I'll take nothing away from it, but there was a hint of desperation as he lashed out at it, Thare. And he didn't really care whether it was along the ground or not. In the air just a bit, but in the gap. So finally, he gets a strike rate of 90, Aditya Thare. In this situation, you want a strike rate of 200. And which is close to where Ramjani is.
Yes, Thane realizes that the team is falling behind the rate as far as qualifying for the semi-finals concerned. So he's trying to up the ante here. Very well bowled there by Date, and Alpesh Ramjani was a bit lackadaisical there.
What's with this hesitation? If you decide to take off, take off. You reach half the pitch and then you're hesitating. It's too late. And of course they're going to have a chat now, as they must. Thane and Ramjani need to miss no opportunity for taking a single. Luckily for the keeper, or luckily for the batsman, that is, the keeper was a little late on it. The throw had to be direct, and Ramjani gets away with it. Bit of a sacrifice as well, because Thane had crossed and then Ramjani didn't want to let the captain down. He said, well, I'm going to make a dash for it then. He had given up, mind you, no dive to save his wicket.
Yes, they need every possible run added to their kitty if they are going to achieve the target in 12 overs. Need a lot more. This time much easier, quicker, and that's the way to do it.
Well, Ramjani, a 50 in the last match, very strong young man, and he hit the ball a long way when he can get underneath it. So just the right man when you want a decent strike rate, and he has had a very good tournament. Can also bowl, of course, a valuable all-rounder. No wonder he was heavily bid for during the auction, and can clear the field, can clear the boundary at will. But now Thane, 2 balls to go in this over.
This time Alpesh, and gets full value. That's maximum.
Aditya Thane, where did you pull that out from? Fabulous. Such a clean, neat strike. Of course, it was fuller, and Thane was just magnificent. Got plenty of bat on that. High distance into the crowd. And he will remember this shot for a while.
Just when we thought he couldn't play those shots, he pulls that one out.
Well, Date gave him the look saying, what? What are you doing, skipper? All right, last ball of the over.
This time nicely played on the leg side. A boundary to end the over. 49 for 1 after 5.
Well, the Eagle Thane strikers are on life support. Now, to stay alive in this tournament, to stay in contention for the semi-finals, they need 100 runs off 42 deliveries. If they take even one delivery more than that, it could be curtains for them. They can still win the game, but the door to the semi-final will shut for them. And that tells you why Aditya Thane has gone for it. Can they keep going? Ramjani goes for a big one. This should be trouble. It will be. Desperate times call for desperate measures, and that's what happens. When you're always going against the run of play.
Quicker delivery, didn't turn at all. Got the top edge and lollipopped to short. Fine leg.
Swimming against the current. Ramjani goes for 29, 49 for 2. Pardeshi out playing a big shot. Ramjani out playing a big shot. Aditya Thare has survived 19 of 12. The only hope, their biggest hope. The Thane strikers 89, 100 to win of 89 to win the game. But the door to the semi-finals remains open. Oh, Apish. One bounce to that shot, third man fielder.
It is a difficult job, really. Just stoppage is this, and easy catch at fine leg, short fine leg. That's a cracker. That is a cracker of a shot.
He likes that area. Remember that big game playing for the Mumbai Indians? He hit that big shot in the same stand to help the Mumbai Indians go forward in the IPL. Can he produce a sensational knock here, Aditya Thare?
Well, he's a damn good cricketer. He's capable of it. He seems to be in the mood, really. He must get more balls than the others to play.
Again down the track. 6 overs after this. So it's the 12-over mark. They've got to get the total in 12 overs. So 36 plus 2. 38 deliveries. 93 to get in 38, sorry. To keep that semi-finals door open.
It is an uphill task, Manish. It's not easy to hit the ball on a pitch as slow as this one, and with the left-handers bowling a tight line. But you got to try, because you never know. Somebody can come out from come in there and try.
Not easy for a new batsman, is it?
Certainly not. That's why they need a partnership. They need a. You must some pinch hitter must get into the act of going for it. You cannot just play 2 or 3 dot balls. It sets you back.
End of the power play. They've done well. They need to do even better. 56 for 2. Just been told by our statistician Ramesh Ji, says 12 dot balls in the power play so far for the Eagle Thane strikers. Every dot ball a crime in itself, fortunately.
Not when they've got to score runs at that pace. Almost 12 runs, more than 12 runs per over to stay in the hunt.
So 93 of 84 to win the game. 93 of 36 to stay in contention for a top 4 scenario. Rakesh Prabhu comes in. Was in a bit of a hurry to come into bat last time, if you remember. To be sent back. Walked into bat twice, batted once. Here we go then. Young was there, straight driven. 4-4. Beautiful shot. Proper cricket shot. Once again, it's off the bat of that captain Aditya Thare.
Oh, what a beautiful shot. Timed it so well, Aditya. Perfect cricketing shot. And like I keep saying, Manish, the straighter you hit, the more runs you'll score.
Well, the kind of pace this left-arm medium pacer is offering him will be good for Aditya Thare. Perhaps a little tougher to force the initiative against the spinners, the slower bowlers. If you were the Bandra Blasters captain, wouldn't you just keep spin on both ends?
I guess till those 12 overs at least. But the faster bowlers are not bowling too badly. They're wearing the pace. They're not allowing you to slog them. And sometimes on a pitch like this, Manish, it's very difficult to hit across the line. And Shreyas Iyer is a captain who has learnt most of the tricks of the trade from the great Ponting during his stint with Delhi Capitals.
We're playing on pitch 2. And so the mid-wicket boundary is shorter. He's gone the other way around. He's had a dash at it. Oh, made an absolute mess of it. Yash Malap there. The substitute was a tough one.
Yeah, it's not very easy to go back to a ball that is edged. It swirls in the air. Oh, he didn't even get anywhere close to it. He should have taken that, definitely taken that.
Short boundaries here at the Wankhede. As I said earlier, they're playing on pitch 2, and so the mid-wicket area will be easier to hit in. That's where he goes this time. 10 rows back. They need so many more of these maximums.
That was bludgeoned, really. Oh, look at that shot. Goes 10 rows behind. That's a long boundary. Yeah, like you said, Manish, perhaps spinners may do the trick. Here he's getting the ball in his groove. The faster you bowl, the harder they stay hit.
Some change of pace might not be a bad idea. But no, the bowler doesn't agree. He hit that straight, a very, very straightish long on-fielder cuts it off. For a moment, it looked like a boundary to me, but Sujit Naik very quick to move to his right.
Yeah, the field placing is mighty good. They're keeping fielders straighter than much squarer, because the batsmen are tending to hit the ball straight. By now they understand that hitting the ball straight on a wicket like this is of great help. Suddenly there seems to be some action.
.79 needed off 31. Stay in the race for the semis. 7 gone, 70 for 2. .70 for 2. To win the match, they need less than a run a ball, but to keep that path to the semi-finals clear, they need to score these 79 runs in the next 5 overs. Within the 12-over period, that's 30 more deliveries. They need 79. Aditya, Thane and Prabhu have shown a few sparks, but they need explosions. Little sparks won't do.
Absolutely. They need to go for it now. The previous shot ball that Aditya the shot that he played, don't allow your concentration to lapse. Just go for it.
Straight away. This time he brought himself on. Shreyas Iyer. Let's find out if he can bring the control of a full-time bowler, the captain Shreyas Iyer. And pause in the slot. It's bowled it very, very slowly, with the hope that there will be a miscue.
Yeah, he's bowling those leg spinners slowly. Not too easy for Thane to play the lap shot. He'll have to square cut it or play it to extra cover. That's why I guess Iyer has brought himself on, because he's bowling a slow flight. He knows that the faster you bowl, the harder you will go.
Oh, will that be called a wide? Yes, it will. Tricky line to bowl that, because he's got fine leg and third man inside the circle. He's got the square boundaries very well protected. Oh, look at that. Had to be called wide. Would have cost him more had the batsman connected. This time goes straight through extra cover. They leak a single. Sujit Naik guilty on that occasion.
Good sound of the bat, hitting it in the middle, but couldn't pierce the field. Oh, look at that beautiful shot. Stepped out. Nayak in his way.
Long on waits. Oh, good length. Quicker one. Found the right length, luckily. Or else it could have been costly. They've gone for two. Be happy to give these ones and twos. Because after the 12-over mark, if they haven't scored the necessary runs, they may not be in it as much mentally.
Yeah, and Iyer seems to be bowling closer to the batsman. Almost Yorkers. Clever bowler. They should go for a six.
Misses the batsman, the stumps, the keeper, everybody. The keeper was busy appealing. I wonder what for. Ball leg by, so. That's the problem with the quicker delivery when you've got a third man fine leg inside the circle. Let's see where that pitched. Outside. Ricocheting off the pads.
It was a leg break. It would never have hit the stumps. Go for the big one. Doesn't time it at all.
Oh! Dangerous looking crash that. Let's hope they aren't hurt. It doesn't look very good. They dashed into each other. Siddharth Chitnis and Shrideep Mangela are there. The long off and the long on. Both of them made a dash for the ball and, well, they dashed into each other. Let's hope it's not one of those scary injuries. It was up in the air for a very, very long time. It was in one of those zones where it'll keep both the long off and the long on interested. Oh, no call. Oops. It's his elbow. I think it's Siddharth Chitnis' right elbow that's crashed into Mangela's face. He's up on his feet. Good to see. Good to see that.
It's all very well easy to say that's mine. The pressure of the game are such that sometimes they tend to call that. That was very dangerous. Thank God there's nothing more to it than what he suffered. But somewhere along the line, his wrist is... he's landed on his wrist, I think.
Siddharth Chitnis and Shrideep Mangela. Maybe never see such things on a cricket field or in any sport. It's not what you want. You want a good contest between bat and ball, and 79 for 2 it is at this stage. 25 more deliveries before that semi-final door shuts for the strikers. They need 70 of 25 to stay in contention for the semi-finals. Even if they win the game, it won't matter. Remember that thing called NRR, net run rate, which rewards you for big wins at the start of the tournament. Take a look at the wickets so far. That was Pardesi. They came in with a certain mindset. They had to go for every possible shot. And then this one. Alpesh Ramjani trying the same to the left-arm spinner. Aditya Dhumal. Ramjani gone for 29 of 17. Aditya Tare has tried, but I suspect running out of partners or running out of ideas. Just too much. The ask is just way too much. This time tossed up. Unable to connect. 8 gone, 80 for 2. Welcome back. 80 for 2 it is after 8. They've got 4 more overs to go to get the remaining 69 to keep their semi-final hopes alive, to win the game, to bow out with a smile on their faces. They need 69 of 72. 69 of 24. What do they do now? Who do they call?
I think they are not in the race for it at all because the run rate has slowed down. They need some big hitters. Really somebody who can tonk a 6 per over, if not more. The ball not coming onto the bat at all. The big swing, the big 6 hitting is not going to be easy.
This time some pace to work with. He's hit that flat. There is cover on the long on boundary. One does feel sorry for the Thane strikers at the start of the tournament. Thane looked good, but they didn't find much support. If you look at the Arcs and Dedi, who've had a terrific tournament, different players put their hand up at different times. That didn't quite happen with the Thane strikers.
That's why you've got to have a team which has more all-round balance in the team, just not 1 or 2 good players. You've got to have good hitters, you've got to have big strikers of the ball, a spin bowling department, and overall, the team has to be balanced.
Change of pace, played it cutely through that short third man fielder. Thane showing his experience now. He still believes he can win this one.
Way outside the off stump, just dabs it. No slip in position. Beats the man in the circle for a certain boundary. Aditya Thane, mind you, is capable, but I think the target is a bit stiff at the moment.
Look at the Thane strikers. I also feel sorry for young Prashant Solanki, the 19-year-old leg spinner, who I believe I'd like to watch a lot more of in the times to come. You've been a selector, you've seen young players, you know how to spot talent. What do you make of young Solanki, the leg spinner?
Yeah, he looks to me quite promising, simply because he spins the ball, he's got a nice flight, nice loop, and if he's given the right training, right coaching, there seems to be future for him.
Looked quite earnest when I spoke to him before this inning started. It was good to see him have great clarity of thought. His action very much in the Piyush Chawla mold. May Mumbai cricket see more of a young lad. Hit so well. That's a bullet into the side screen. Well, they've decided they're going to go down fighting.
Did so well and so powerfully. He's a big boy. Prabhu, look at that shot. Oh, all the power in the world. He needs another 2 or 3 of these in the next 5 balls or so.
That's the equation then. They need 57 of 20 to stay in contention for the semi-finals. Even if they do that, it doesn't necessarily mean that they will make it. But they've got to give themselves the best possible chance. That was called wide. So 56 now of 20. Are we in for one of those crazy climaxes that this format is known for? That's where it is. We discussed a couple of overs ago, why would you want to bowl pace and give them that kind of pace to work with? Is Shreyas Iyer missing a trick or two? Once again! This time he hasn't quite connected, or has he? Landed into that boundary skirting. Will that be called for? Let's take a look at it before we call it. Well, there's a Thane strikers player on the comm box who said, promptly said 6-6, but we'll wait.
Oh, that's a powerful hit. That's close. Could be a 6, really. Depends if it's hit that skirting board directly. Let's see what the umpire has to say.
Got to be 6 according to the rules. But we'll wait. Yes, 6 it is. Now 52 needed of 19.
He's hit 2 sixes in this over. Big strong lad, Prabhu. That's a big one. One more. Does it go all the way?
On demand, only for Milind Rege. Rakesh Prabhu is playing an absolute blinder here for the Thane strikers. The dugout's on his feet as well. Are we in for a special finish? They need 44 of 18 to stay in contention for the semis. What a big shot. Picked it up. Very much Yuvraj Singh style. Wow. Back-to-back 6s.
Suddenly they're inching towards their target. Tensions, pressures, anxiety, all roll into one.
What's the Bandra Blasters dugout feeling now? Hang on. Has Shreyas Iyer committed a blunder by bringing the Pacers in at the wrongest possible time? Oh, what a terrific over it was, the 9th one. We saw 3 sixes in that over. So much entertainment, and Rakesh Prabhu has raced up to 34 of 14 with 4 sixes. Let's take a look at 3 of them. 1, 2, two of the first 2 sixes with the straight bat, and then just picked it up.
Hey!
Now up to Shreyas Iyer to just calm things down, slow things down. Shut that door for the Thane strikers. Sairaj Patil, North Mumbai Panthers. Who would have thought we'd see this man? Sujit Nayak. Well, at 10 sixes, Yadav's team is still alive. Raunak Sharma, Dubey's already said goodbye. Got our maximum sixes list that. We'll see lots and lots of movement on that. We've got a total of 4 more games left. The last league game tonight, followed by the semis and the big final on Sunday.
Considering that he's a left-hander, look at those skyscrapers. Look at the last one. Huge. They need another, the Atul project strike graph, run graph. What they need is another 2 of these overs, and they'll be back in the game.
Hit it on the full. How do you do that? How do you hit that? It was quickish as well.
You know, Manish, what I feel is that because he's a left-hander, Prabhu should get more of the strike to the leg spinner, because it'll come in the swing. So that should be what he should be doing. He's had some massive sixes in the previous over. He's capable of the big ones.
Wide ball.
No, a wide call. I saw Aditya Tare talk to the leg umpire. I wonder what that was about. Must try and find that out. Rakesh Prabhu, is that 6 number 5 for him? Yes, it is! We are in for an entertaining climax here. The Yellows want to fight. They want to keep that semi-final possibility alive.
Prabhu's on fire. He's timing the ball so well. That's why I said that he must play the leg spinner more often, because it comes in his groove to hit the ball to onside.
Oh, we've seen some incredible 6 hitting from Rakesh Prabhu. Wide, so much pressure on the bowler, overcompensating the captain under pressure. 33 now needed of 14 deliveries. It's within reach now, Milind.
It is doable the way Prabhu's batting, so he must take more strike. 1 more 6 at this stage. It goes!
Yes! 6 number 6 for Rakesh Prabhu. They want to go to the semi-finals. Rakesh Prabhu wants to win this match before the 12-over mark.
Oh, look at that bat swing. Just in his zone. Had that big, huge swing, and it sails into the stands. My God, look at that bat lift. Huge bat in the middle of the blade.
Is that going to be number 7? He's taking off. He's teeing off here. This is golf at its best. Who said this is cricket? Rakesh Prabhu, 7 sixes, 10 gone, 128 for 2. They need 21 now of the last 12, or should I say the next 12, to stay in contention for that semi-final.
So Eagle Thane strikers need 21 more runs of 12 deliveries to stay in contention to qualify for the semi-finals. And the man leading them there is Rakesh Prabhu. 7 sixes, 53 of just 18 deliveries. What a knock. Come at the man.
Just brilliant. He has breathed life into this chase and the possibility of Eagle Thane strikers reaching the knockout, of course mathematically so. Brilliant. 6 sixes so far. Had a reach out for that one, but it's really going across. This, of course, the last 3, he has taken the opposition skipper to the cleaners. He bowled quicker and quicker. His leg spinners did Shreyas Iyer, and the ball disappeared over the boundary quicker and quicker through Rakesh Prabhu. Big, tall, fast bowler Aditya Thare. He cannot stop smiling at what he's seen from the opposite end. So this is your final opportunity. Dream 11 points earned. Rakesh Prabhu, a lot of you might have been tricked by this tall, fast bowler into not picking him, but he has done a fabulous job. Thare too is right there, although his strike rate of 170 has been dwarfed by the near 300 strike rate of Prabhu. 53, a half century in only 18. 12 balls left. Dhumal comes back. He's given 17 runs, picked up a wicket. Thare needs to go big or give the strike to Prabhu. Goes big and straight. Will he make it too? And he does! Just over the boundary line. This is magnificent. The skipper is with it, with the plan. And Prabhu walks across to congratulate. Was a fine shot right behind the bowler.
Yes, Aditya Thare doesn't want to be left behind. He joins in the fun. We spoke a lot about him not being characteristically suited to play these kind of shots, but now he's proving all of us wrong.
What a story this could be. Eagle Thane strikers 15 of the next 11. Ordinarily, you would back them to get that. Theoretically, only 3 big blows and 11 balls to do that. Dhumal will certainly be wondering what happened here as Thare prepares for the next one. Gets on, well, tries to get underneath, gets an outside edge. It might travel for a boundary, and it will. A 6 and a 4 for Aditya Thare. This one edgy, but just as useful.
Yes, they all count as long as they come off the bat. And he's doing it in style here, Aditya Thare, keeping his calm.
Well, he's on 49 now, Thare. And of course, the 50 doesn't matter, but his strike rate almost 200. This is looking so good for the strikers right now. Full. And towards extra cover, they might even get 2 if they want. Thare wants to, but I think Prabhu says, well, leave it to me, skipper. Because I got a lefty orthodox and I'm left-handed. I'm going to tonk him over mid-wicket for 6. Just give me the opportunity here. Oh, the yellows are up it. How can they possibly be sitting in the dugout right now? We saw a few of them applauding, but the rest of them are up, standing, waiting for this miracle to unfold.
Yes, Aditya Thare kept his calm. 50, and he struck 3 sixes and 5 boundaries. So he's joined in the fun. Single to calm things down.
Well, yeah, I mean, a single at this point of time almost makes us say, what's that? It's been boundaries all along, and now they need just 9 of 8 deliveries. What an onslaught. Such commitment. Of course, Rakesh Prabhu has made the big difference. Still striking near 300. Thare now. Got him. Nice and full. Thare tried to play a cute shot, run it down third man, missed the line completely. Dhumal strikes back, but it's still possible for the Yellow Brigade. We'll see. Thare, a fine knock today, a good 50, but he would have wanted to be there at the finish.
Yes, quite a sad end for Aditya Thare. Tried to play a cute little dab, but beaten all ends up. He's gone, but Eagle Thane strikers are still in with a chance at 140 for 3.
Covering back. Left arm round.
So Eagle Thane strikers need 9 more runs of 7 deliveries to stay in contention for the semi-final spot. And Sachin Wagh has just walked out to the crease. And that's the end of the over, 140 for 3.
Left arm round.
Well, it has to happen this over. Karsh Kothari, youngster, against Rakesh Prabhu, who gets underneath it. Does he have enough of it? No! But it does go for a 4 still. Patel, the fielder, was wondering whether to go for it or not. And in the end, Prabhu struck it so hard that one can understand why Patel said, maybe I want to keep my fingers away from it. But that was poor fielding. This has to be the over. Karsh Kothari, what does he do next? Can only look at the fielder there saying, what did you do? Prabhu is looking for the big one now.
5 off 5, and that's it! Game over! Eagle Thane strikers have won the match in just 11.2 overs to stay in contention, and the Dream 11 game changer, Rakesh Prabhu, no doubt.
Well, they haven't won it by 8.4 overs. They won it by just 4 balls because they needed to get it in 12. We've been building up that story for the last few minutes. And Rakesh Prabhu, what can we say? A near miracle. They were rattling along the rails. They galloped towards a win in just under 12 overs. That's what they needed mathematically to get a place into the semi-final. And his team cannot congratulate the big, tall man enough. He has to be on some shoulder here. Wow, what an innings. Something had to light up T20 Mumbai. And this innings right here from the tall fast bowler has changed things around completely. A fabulous story, a memorable knock. And even Sujit Naik can only look up in admiration and congratulate what was not just a Dream 11 game-changing knock, but it has lit up T20 Mumbai.
Yes, plenty to cheer about for Aditya Tare. Inspired move to push him up the order, and Rakesh Prabhu paying off the faith that his captain had. 8 sixes and a strike rate of 304.8.
Well, he would have earned himself a promotion for sure for the matches to get through the knockouts. Just brilliant. That was a winning shot. It had to be a maximum. It had to be Rakesh Prabhu. And he delivered magnificently for his team. In the company then of Sachin Wagh, who just walked in. But they did very well to not take a single off that last delivery, which meant Prabhu would face the 6 balls. Karsh Kothari, the bowler, to suffer. Well, he must have been wondering, where do I bowl to the big man? He's going to cart me for a 6 regardless. But it was a low full toss. And Prabhu got underneath it magnificently. Scenes of incredible joy and ecstasy, really, for Eagle Thane strikers. One of the new teams in the league this year. And they must be, well, they'll have to party long and hard tonight. 6 extras, 64 not out from 21. Brilliant. Striking at 305. Rakesh Prabhu, the man of the moment. Of course, earlier, Aditya fine 50. Unfortunate not to remain there till the end. And Ramjani to a very important hand of 29 quick runs before he got out.
Yes, the partnership between Aditya Tare and Rakesh Prabhu really set things up. 91 of just 38 deliveries. Rakesh Prabhu did all the hitting. 150 for 3 they finished at. Of just 11.2 overs. The bowling, not much to cheer about. Aditya Dumal took 2 wickets, but others suffered a lot. Nikhil Date gave away 48 runs, and that's the over where things changed. 25 of Nikhil Date's over where the game changed on its head.
Without question, the momentum swung around then. On the course, Shreyas Iyer gave many runs in his over before Karsh Kothari got tongue for that 4 and a 6. Earlier, 148 by Namo Bandra Blasters. They were put into bat because Aditya Tare said, we want to know what we need to chase and how much. And gosh, did they get their mathematics right. But more importantly, they got the man for the moment, Rakesh Prabhu, walking in when the team needed a near miracle. And he delivered that miracle. 64 not out from 21. One of the most memorable knocks of T20 Mumbai Season 2. All right, they win by 7 wickets, but they would have collected plenty of fans.
Absolutely, and one man responsible for that was Rakesh Prabhu. What hitting! What power hitting there. And he was severe on everybody, especially the fast bowler Nikhil Date. And then Shreyas Iyer was a gift. Straight down the ground and lot of power, lots and lots of power, and he peppered the leg side very well.
Well, Prabhu tried to change his speed and length, and Karsh Kothari, low full toss, sent for 6, and he says, hey, I'm the man. Number 7, Rakesh Prabhu, look at me, well done. That's how it looks now. The Triumph Knights, who had also 2 wins earlier on, and they're a very fine unit, mind you, will have now to bow down to the superior net run rate of Eagle Thane strikers, who just about squeeze in to the second spot in Group A. Of course, North Mumbai Panthers made it pretty comfortably with 3 wins.
Yes, the second group, Group B, is quite clear. Sobo Supersonics and Ark Sanderi have qualified for the semi-finals. And we'll be back shortly after a short break. So we witnessed a classic here. Eagle Thane Strikers have won by 7 wickets. More importantly, they've achieved the target in 11.2 overs. Rakesh Prabhu, the star of the show, with Aditya Tare scoring 50 of 27. Aditya Dhumal, 2 for 29, was the most successful bowler for Namo Bandra Blaster.
Well, guess who's going to be the man of the match here? One fabulous performance, memorable performance. Gautam Bhimani is now ready for the presentation. Over to him.
I can tell you, I don't think any of us have recovered from that absolute onslaught. We thought it was just the kind of run rate that's achieved on a calculator. Apparently, you can do it on a cricket field as well. Many congratulations to the Eagle Thane Strikers for keeping their hopes alive with a fantastic run chase. T20 Mumbai is truly alive and kicking. I'd like to quickly thank the sponsors, Dream 11, Skoda, Atul Projects, Wardwiz, Seagate and Bisleri. Before we start, of course, the presentation party to my left, and we start with the representative from the MCA, in fact, CEO CS Naik. Thank you very much for joining us. Next to him, Mr. Sanjeev Patel, Regional Distributor Mumbai for Wardwiz, will be presenting a brand new award. And representing the two teams from the Eagle Thane Strikers, we have Antonella Salvucci. And from the Namo Bandra Blasters, Virendra Agarwal will be representing them. First, to chat with the winning captain, who was not only captaining the side, but very much part of that run chase, Aditya Tare. Aditya, a year ago, you would have been assessing all this in the commentary box with us and wondering and saying that's pretty much impossible to do.
Yes, absolutely. I think incredible performance, from our batting side. Something that we were struggling to do throughout the tournament. So I'm glad that we could pull it off, in this kind of a game under pressure.
Were you having memories of that last ball 6 that you hit in the IPL, which people still talk about? Do things like that still give you confidence?
Absolutely. That game is sort of an inspiration, not for any side that bats under this circumstances. So yes, it was an inspiration for me.
Now tell us what you were talking out there, because you of course had a few big hitters in there, but Prabhu was a surprise package. The other day, remember, he couldn't walk into bat when you wanted him.
Yeah, that would have been great. This kind of an innings on that day as well. But yeah, we thought that we wanted to chase something around 150, 160, maybe in 14 overs to get our run rate on par. But at the innings break, we got the news that we have to do it in 12 overs. So, we thought get our power hitters batting up the order.
Now I have to ask you a very important question, because you're in contention, but you haven't got there yet. What are your cheerleading skills like? Because you have to take off that jersey, put on the orange jersey, and cheer like mad for the Shivaji Park Lions.
Absolutely. I have my fingers crossed. Hopefully we get the result that we want.
Whether you do or don't, you've entertained us, and congratulations on that.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot.
Aditya Tare, a magical performance. Let's not forget his contribution with the bat as well. Before we go to the man of the match, we have a special new award we talked about, and that is the Wardwiz Protector of the Match for the best fielding or catching effort. And we saw it was an absolute stunning catch, one of the best in the tournament. So this award will go to Krutik Hangavadi for that fantastic catch at short fine leg. And this will be taken, he'll get the check from Mr. Sanjeev Patel, Regional Distributor Mumbai from Wardwiz. Great catch that was. Thank you, Krutik. That's fine. We've enjoyed that performance. Now, of course, the man of the match. We had to think long and hard. No, actually, we didn't. Rakesh Prabhu, what a magical innings it was. He was hitting sixes like he does it for fun. He'll pick up that trophy from Antonella Salvucci. And the check jointly from CEO CS Naik. Trophy and the check for an absolutely magnificent performance, for some absolutely brute hitting. राकेश आ जाइए. हमें सब पता था कि आप मार सकते हो, लेकिन ऐसे
नहीं, कैप्टन ने बैक किया कि और कोच ने भी बैक किया कि मार सकते हो तो मारो, मतलब सब बॉल पे हिट करने देखो. तो आई वाज मतलब नोइंग दैट आई कैन हिट लॉन्ग अवे.
लेकिन उस दिन आप बल्लेबाजी करने के लिए आए थे, थोड़ा कंफ्यूजन हुआ था, आपको वापस जाने पड़ा, इसीलिए हमें अभी पता है कि क्यों आपको प्रमोशन मिल रहा था.
नहीं, वो क्या हुआ कि कैप्टन ने अल्पेश को ही बुलाया था, तो फिर वो आ गया, तो अभी बाद में उसने कैप्टन ने बोला कि तू जाओ राकेश को भेज, तो थोड़ा अभी वो कंफ्यूजन हो गया था।
लेकिन पिच के बारे में थोड़ा बताइए, क्योंकि बहुत सारे बाकी बल्लेबाजों को लग रहा है कि थोड़ा दिक्कत हो रहा है स्पिनर्स को खेलने के लिए, लेकिन जब आप और आदित्य बैटिंग कर रहे थे लग रहा था ये अलग पिच है।
नहीं, पिच तो अच्छा ही था, कारण मेरा स्ट्राइक भी थोड़ा अच्छा लंबा है, तो थोड़ा मैं कनेक्ट कर लेता हूँ। एडू ने अच्छा बैटिंग किया, सपोर्ट दिया, इसलिए थैंक्स।
अभी आपको बल्ला छोड़ के थोड़ा चीयरिंग करना पड़ेगा शिवाजी पार्क लायंस के लिए, लेकिन वेरी वेल प्लेड।
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू वेरी मच।
What a performance from Rakesh Prabhu. As we said, it's not over yet. They've done their bit. Now we're going to have to wait for the second part of the doubleheader to see when the mystery finally evolves.
So, Eagle Thane strikers have one game changer, Dream 11 game changer. That's Rakesh Prabhu. Can't stop talking about his power rating. It was all brute force today, and quite severe on the fast bowler. And then Shreyas Iyer, a strike rate of 305, quite unheard of. Ideally suited for this format of the game. Finished it off in style, and brought a lot of joy to his captain and to his team. They're still in contention for a place in the semi-finals. No wonder then he's the highest grossing player at 50.5 for the Dream 11 fantasy game.
Well, the Eagle Thane strikers have done very well, but they still have to await the result of the next match. Akash Tigers versus Shivaji Park Lions. If the Lions win, the Tigers, of course, may lose out to Eagle Thane strikers. But if the Tigers win, all this heroics here we've seen just now, the miracle by Rakesh Prabhu, may come to no good. But that's next at 7:30 p.m. Do join us at 7:25 as we pick up action of T20 Mumbai live from the Wankhede Stadium. That will be the last league match. You don't want to miss it. Everything still on the line.